shining no more. I don't know if we can do this anymore. If there is a sun, we will. If there is a way, I will never stay, never stay.
Welcome back, guys. Game Jam Live Act 3. बहुत ही दूर आ गए हैं. I personally never thought I was ever going to be on the third one. That I'd be sitting in the third one, लेकिन we are here. And here's my co-caster Tarun, aka Mr. AapKon. Welcome, bro. कैसा चल रहा है?
Welcome, Virgil. Thanks for the intro, but it's really going good. And today I'm really excited because this is going to be the day number 3 for our qualifiers, and we are going to be having 3 matches for today. So I'm really excited to see 6 teams competing against each other for only those 3 slots remaining for the round of 16. And talking about the first match, I really think that the first match is at this map of Asian, where it's going to be Team NHK versus Team 1v4. So that's 1v4. I'm sorry. That's really gonna be some match to look at, and really I would love to hear it from you. That how do you think about this map of Asian?
Ascent has always been the fan favorite map. Everybody freaking loves it. Or beach, but like in mid, you get to see a lot of action happen there. Plus, it's not relatively too big of a map. लेकिन इतना छोटा भी नहीं. It's not as restrictive as it is in Split or in Bind, I would say. So Ascent is my fan favorite, but it gets big too often, so kind of gets boring sometimes. I'm hoping that 3 games all 6 teams don't just end up picking up Ascent back to back. That will be boring. But then again, we have 2 more games lined up, so do not leave. And statistics say कि बहुत लोगों ने subscribe नहीं किया है, so if you haven't done it, guys, come on, please. Best way to support the channel, just do it. It's free and it helps us bring more games to you guys. And with that, let's just jump in, man. Let's just jump into the game. क्या लगता है? What are we going to see?
Well, really, I'm like, I'll be not surprised to see what sort of, different agent picks if we are seeing here. We can already see, few players are just, locking in the agents right now just to introduce to these teams. From the side of team attackers, it's going to be Team NHK, and 1v5 are the one who going to be defending first. They got a good advantage. And 1v5 ke side se, we've already seen that Devansh is up with the Sentinel Cypher. Duelist ke door pe we can see a Jet being locked in. Talking about Team NHK, a controller. It seems as if we are going to be seeing a double controller play and a Viper in Asian map. That is something which we have rarely seen, and that is something that the utility does make a lot of difference in the game.
Yep, exactly. That's true. Viper has been pretty low tier previously, but she's been through a lot of changes, and we have finally seen her come up. Like, she's still not, she's only sub-map specific. For example, in Icebox, she's the strongest on Icebox and also on Split. Ascent, like you just pointed it out, it's a weird pick. But then again, let's see how these guys, manage to pull it off. We're gonna see Helium pull it off. I guess Felix is gonna go with the Astra pick. Now, Astra is very, what should I say, unique agent. I mean, her only utility to buy is her stars, right? So You want to
Yeah.
just, and they're all the same price. So basically, all you have to do is have enough economy to at least purchase like 2 to 3 stars base, and you're sorted pretty much. Uh, VIP Gaming and Kings here. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you guys are enjoying. And if you guys enjoy the stream, man, make sure you like it and subscribe, bro. We are streaming every day. Uh, there'll be more games lined up tomorrow as well. And there's, if you guys, if anybody watching is interested in PUBG, वो भी चल रहा है on right next to this one on another stream. Just check it out, man.
Definitely. And with that, we are directly into the map talking about the agent selection. Is it just me, or we are actually not seeing a single initiator, nor breach, nor scan the main SOA, which is a must initiator.
Oh
There is
yeah.
no sort of initiator coming up from the from both the side. From the side of team defense, it's gonna be double sentinel, double duelist, and a single controller. And controller to dono sides, there is a common pick of Astra. But talking about team attackers, it's gonna be double duelist, a sentinel, and okay, there are dual controllers from the attacking side, and I'm really excited to see those post plan lineup which Viper is gonna show us, and the name of her itself says LU. So that's really gonna be something to see. I have high expectations from the side of team attackers, which is Team NHK, but let's see that how are they just gonna bring up rounds into their favor the inner defense sided map.
Yep, I agree. Like you said, मैंने actually पहले notice नहीं किया था, but when you actually pointed it out, there is no Sova, which is very very मतलब now I'm very मतलब it's just weird क्योंकि Sova नहीं होने से it's very difficult to get any intel early on in the game, and that's too a frag and a refrag happening instantly. Helio gets the Astra, but they have also lost the Rays on the other hand.
Planted.
So Plan ho chuka hai, Killjoy, everybody on team NHK has lost quite a bit of HP. Killjoy barely any HP left. It's a 3v3 scenario. Somehow Astra and Killjoy still alive. Viper still got good amount of HP, but team 1v5 is in a very good spot right now. They have side control, they can go for the defuse. मुझे लगता है they're taking the first round.
Last player
Well,
standing.
we can really see that Viper would want to play on lineups right now. Already the snake bites have dropped in right now, and do they have a little bit of idea as well that there is a defusal coming in? I think he really buys enough time because it's a 2v1 scenario. It's only 10 seconds left for the ball to get defused. Half defused होता तो यहाँ पे मौका बन सकता था, but in the end it's gonna be team attackers. In the very first round, I said that I have high expectations for Viper, and she becomes the MVP of the round itself. In the very first round, we saw not only two but three crucial frags coming in from the side of Viper. The utilities in use, did जो उनकी एक कमी थी initiate की, उस चीज को पूरी तरीके से उन्होंने cover up किया, and such a beautiful agent, such a beautiful gameplay. He was down to like 35 seconds थे, 25 seconds तक तो वो 1v3 hold off करके रखा, and Sage was having no like intel. कहीं ना कहीं वहाँ पे शॉर्ट एरिया पे नहीं, he went towards the catwalk area, walking all the way towards the mid courtyard, and there was the first round. With the first round, definitely they will be investing in those SMGs with and also the heavy armor. But I would really love to hear it from you. That what do you think about Viper? How dominating is she gonna be? Throughout the whole match.
Yep, I mean so far तो Viper को action में देखने को मिला है. So far she hasn't used any of the utilities. मतलब उसको करने का ज़रूरत नहीं हुआ है, but so far look at the wall. It's she's using it to mastery, right? But that's working out. She gets the frag onto Reunited, so he's off the map, and it's a 5v2 scenario that's gonna be super difficult. However, they might just pull it off because Devil is running a Reyna. Reyna is the ultimate clutch queen, but just as I say that, Devil gets shut down. Bodis is the only one left. Bodis shutting down Akshar, but it's a 1v4, dude. Time भी नहीं है उसके पास, and he has to do a lot of work. Anyway, Pratyush Beura and VIP Gaming and Sujay Kapane, welcome to the stream, man. अच्छा लगा तो make sure you subscribe. And somebody said my caster volume is low. I hope we can work on that. I'll let my mods know. But carry on, man. Let's go.
Well, it seems as if Sage from the side of team, 1v5 is facing some internet issue because last time also when, she was against Viper, she was not on the, place for that defusal. but it's really difficult because even if your one player is having a
I
network
should play
issue or
some Astro
something,
Stars in
it
this
really
galaxy.
brings down to a 5v4 scenario, and playing on a numbers disadvantage is something which gives a huge competitive advantage to the opponent team. And that's really gonna big, and especially at the time where these guys are having the first buy round after losing 2 rounds. They went on an eco, and now they will be having a full buy round. If they are not able to win this one, it's really gonna be difficult for them. And for now it really seems that Team NHK is having a good advantage so far.
Yeah. NHQ, NHQ, NHK, they're doing fine, yes. I have to agree. Viper, apparently, even though she does not suit this map, they are effectively
This is a
using
nice
it to their
spot.
advantage. And चल रहा है, it's working. उन्होंने tree beautifully mask किया था. They also put the smoke down nicely, and अभी तक जो 2 rounds हो गए हैं, they have successfully been able to take control of A side flawlessly without losing members, and
No
they have
charges
both
left.
times managed to put the spike down. So that speaks volumes itself. So team 1v5 उनको मतलब defense game they have to put it up, man. क्योंकि side control बहुत ही जल्दी they are letting go of it. Plus retake भी नहीं हो रहा है अच्छे से, so they really need to think this through. And we are right now on a pause because one of the team players have disconnected. They'll be back shortly. We'll get that sorted out. And what do you think? Any predictions? Next 4-5 rounds तक क्या होने वाला है? What do you think this is going to be the same scoreline? ऐसा ही दिखेगा 5-0 or something, or like change होने वाला है? Okay, so
Well, I really think that this round is again gonna go for the side of team attackers, which is gonna be team NHK, because really we can see
NHK.
that though round back to back they did went in the A side, and now they are all stacked up at B with Astra alone holding on with all of those stars. Now, if she goes aggressive, she gets those crucial frags that could give them an advantage to play on a post plan scenario. But this really looks hard for them if there's a very hard push coming in the side of team
Let's
attackers. But there comes the first kill. Akshay coming up with an amazing kill, and there's the side open for them to go and just plant it.
Plus, that Felix just lost the gun he forced himself to buy. I think उसने वो force buy किया था, and he has no creds left on him right now. And once again, Team NHK has managed to take control of side B flawlessly. Spike B उन्होंने रख दिया है नीचे. It's gonna be difficult once again. Team 1v5 has to perform a retake. Plus, they don't have three of them. Don't even have shields to make a proper retake. So this is going to be difficult. Viper wall coming in. Somehow Bodis manages to take away Wade, but it's still a 4v4 with Bodis very low on HP. Doesn't even have the heals to save himself. But Devil gets Akshar as well.
Well, this looks quite a doable retake, but it all falls down in this 1v2 scenario right now. Cypher seems to be AFK, and 1v1 ka scenario is tika, but there comes a good trade. Does he has enough time to defuse the bomb is going to be the question. But, team defenders, even if they didn't, okay, they will pull it off. That was one of the closest defusal I could have, seen. 0.24 seconds in the very third round, since the match started. This is looking, as if it's going to be quite competitive. It's going to be, like quite close, and you can see that already. After 3 rounds, these matches have been so close. It seems as if Devansh is going to be, offline, and the whole retake. Let me remind you, first blood did went in the favor for team, NHK, and after that it was a like a 5v4 scenario, but Cypher was also online, so they pulled a 3v5 scenario into their favor, which was like marvelous.
So I agree as well. Plus, the fact that they were. I actually thought that retake was not going to happen. मुझे नहीं लग रहा था कि that वो retake होने वाला है. But it actually happened, and they actually managed to pull it off, which was beautiful. Somehow they managed to do it. But right now, the tables are slowly turning. I mean, look at the aggression this time on Team 1v5. They have taken 3 members off from Team NHK already, and they haven't even like decided to push in, and they get bagged anyway.
Without even just rushing in, it seems as if it's going to be team defenders who are just going aggressive and taking those initial pick. They do know that still Cypher is on offline for them. It's only a 1v2 scenario, and this is looking quite bad for them. But that Impress ultimate being online, he's down to 58 HP, but as soon as he gets that single frag, it's going to be all healed up. But it seems as if that Impress ultimate is also going to end within 5 seconds.
Yeah. Even then, it'll be a difficult position for Devil to do the whole game by himself. It's a 1v2 scenario. Cypher nahi hai. They haven't
30
got the
seconds
pause yet.
left.
There comes the
Last
free
player
fire.
standing.
But Sketch bags. I think he got 3 kills, including Devil. Right? Devil ko mila ke, I think he got 3 because he got 2 on A main. And that's when they Team NHK just turned it around. And they had the round actually. 1v5 के पास they had the round somehow क्योंकि the bot they had the advantage, but somehow they just turned it around. This is great, man. I think finally once again 1v5. I mean, sorry, NHK is taking the cake once again. Yeah, 3-1.
Well, that is so unfortunate. We did saw that, Reina coming up with insane 3 kill, and almost like, she had done half the job of being a duelist, and obviously वो mid की जो fight थी उस चीज में भी, अपने favor में उस चीज को रखा. They all were just, having a good map control until, those crucial frags came in from the side of, Team NHK as well. And then, instead of seeing an equalizer, it was rather Team NHK winning the third round because, Cypher being offline, Zarur, even if he doesn't, like use his utilities or something, having a lost man advantage is something where you can't get an intel. And not only about the intel, but also that, like you have to, a single player have to see more than one side then.
But look at the aggression, Devil. Midway here, he's already behind enemy lines trying to go for the early flag. Team NHK has already, however, penetrated side B. वो लोग already घुस चुके हैं. Once again, these guys excel at taking side control very quickly. Time waste नहीं करते ये बंदे. They just, the match begins and within 30 seconds they have match control. Every time Team NHK has been able to put the spike down, which is beautiful. That team play that comes from them is just so good to look at.
Well, a showstopper is running in right now. Death is already up, but he's just holding off. He's just waiting for, players to come in any sort of lane. We are looking at a 3v3 retake scenario. Devil is going to be given a revive, but it's going to be only 30 seconds left for the, retake to happen, or else the bomb is slowly steadily ticking right now. A good frenzy spray, but he was down to quite a low HP. 1v2 ka scenario ho chuka hai. And are we seeing a diffusal coming in? Okay, that lineup is going to be insane. And I don't think that this is really going to be possible. This is not going to be doable because he is also down to quite a low HP. And oh my god, that clutch. It's not going to be just Viper, but also those snake bites who are going to be the MVP because of this round. Because back to back two, like kills with the snake bite, that was just insane use of utilities.
That is smart play and that's just confident. He knows his game. उसने Viper लिया है for a reason. Now I get it. Why would he choose Viper? And I said, this is why. This is why you're looking at it. It was done so beautifully. But मुझे तो लगा था that round just ran out of it. लेकिन हुआ नहीं. He just took control so nicely and not one. He did it twice.
This is something which we really love to see, and that's why I really call Viper being a very underrated agent, that too at such map of Ascent, which is as you had told earlier that it's the most equal map a map could ever be. Not too big, not too short, and like just a perfect map. The dust too of a Valorant, and with that Viper having those lineup, having being into a like attackers side is really too good. But for now, Reunited is going to take down Sketch. It's already going to be the first one going toward them. But Team Defenders finally making some sort of setback. Already Viper is ready with the lineup. So it's really going to be difficult. Whenever the bomb is going to get planted, it's only 45 seconds till it gets diffused. So let's see, can they hold off for 45 seconds? First kill already nikal chuke. This poison cloud is already up, and it seems it's going to be difficult for Viper. But Viper, where is she? Okay, she is at the mid courtyard and she's just holding it off. Killjoy was being spotted off, but it's finally a 1v4 scenario. And if the diffusal, okay, already the snake bites are onto it right now, but it seems as if Jet is already going in. Other diffuse ho chuka and they would want to go on for a full diffusal. There comes a kill. 1v1 ka scenario ho chuka, but it's gonna be Felix who is gonna take him down, and that's gonna be amazing. Back-to-back round going in the favor for team, like Defenders. This is too good because even after they were DC, even after they were like AFK, they did manage to pull out it. Even after that, snake bites again and again dropping towards the diffusal side, and this is so amazing. Like this is just, it looks as if Ascent and Viper are in the meta right now.
Yeah, and the way he almost clutched it once again. Almost हो ही गया था. There's just slid. He almost got Astra. Like in just he was just a tad bit low on HP. वो third frag नहीं हुआ उससे, and just Felix narrowly took it. I mean, I think half it was already half diffused, right, by Jet. अगर वो नहीं हुआ होता, then I don't think that Astra would have taken that round, and Viper would have once again clutched back to back, right? And the Viper is actually, I mean, who's Helio, right? Helio. Look at the scoreboard, dude. 12 kills. Gap दिख रहा है 12
that is
से 4.
insane.
That is the gap, dude. 12 and 4. That is the difference. This guy at the top of his game right now. He knows what he's doing. He's not playing games, dude.
He is actually insane because having a KD, like, kill death ratio of 6, and kills per round is actually 6 rounds into the first half, and we're already seeing 12 kills from him, which is quite huge being a controller, and most of the kills are with his utilities as well. But for now, it's going to be Devil who's going to spray down that Vandal, but in the end, he is the one who is going to be traded off from Budis as well. 4v4 scenario already also got good news for fans of 1v5, that already the Cypher is online, and not only he's online, but the whole B side is under surveillance of his abilities, of his utilities, and obviously himself being at the B board area. But he is, it seems as if the players are just baiting out utilities at the mid area to show some presence. Already 4v3 ka scenario chuka. Sage is here at the garden area. Will she be able to, just went aggressive? यहाँ पे अगर first blood एक kill भी निकालती है तो उनके लिए अच्छा हो सकता है. But यहाँ पे the other hand, she is gonna, just drop down to 51 HP right now, and there comes the Viper's spread. That's, again a game changer from the side of Viper.
Yeah, plus उसने poison cloud भी deploy कर दिया है, so it's gonna be double the damage done, but she has died, so that poison cloud and that Viper ultimate immediately nullified.
Well, it seems as if, even after not having those many advantage, the way these guys just, are managing to pull it off is looking quite good right now. Half diffuse ho chuka, and that's going to be a rush coming in because only 1 second back here. Will he be able to diffuse? Oh my god, the whiff! Well, that was quite unfortunate for, and Kill just seems to be offline, which is, really, it's really, I feel so bad right now because, such amazing players, such amazing strategy, such amazing use of utilities, and so close matches. But even after that, these players are just not, having those, advantage. They're just not playing it perfectly. Some of the other issues is being going through. First, it was from the side of, defender Sage, then defender Cypher, and now it's the Killjoy. All the Sentinels today are having a very bad day, it seems.
I think this is, I mean, that was just wahi para. You just make one tiny error, you get immediately punished for it. Whoa, if he had Cypher in the crosshair, dude, he was right there. But थोड़े के लिए he got punished for it, and he lost a round because of that. And it's just sad, man, to look at it. Or Viper, even for Viper, man, she had it. She put the ultimate down. She put the poison cloud down as well. Still, it didn't end up working out. And look at that headshot by Death. Takes away Reunited immediately, but gets refragged by Bodis. Once again, Team 1v5 has side control. There comes the res as well. They're going for the defuse. But there's the lineup. Once again, I think coming up from Viper. Poison cloud to chal raha hai, so it's got, yep. There's the snake bite as well, so they can't go for the defuse.
Useless individual.
Sketch, I don't think he's going to mess this up this time around, but gets punished for overextending. Reunited takes him away, but I think Killjoy is not here with us to save the round for herself. And once again, it's a 4-4 scoreline, man. Equalized to ho gaya.
Well, really, that's really heartbreaking to see that team attackers, even after, playing on an attack side, having those post-plan scenario most of the time, and even after that, just losing it. That's quite unfortunate, and, it's really looking too bad for them as well. Equalizer to aa chuka hai, but just a single reminder to you, look at that scorecard. Every round which has been won from the side of Team Defenders, it's only a post-plan scenario which they have managed to defuse. They are just not able to, win with an elimination because this is such a good domination. Even after not playing with the good numbers advantage, they are just, not able to stop them to get executed towards the side, and then to like deny a post plan scenario. Already इधर तो फिलहाल first numbers advantage मिल चुका है, and I think ये first round आ सकता है as an elimination, cause already it's the Impress, जिनका Impress Ultimate Online था, the Rena who is gonna be taken down. Death is still up with the Showstopper, and Astra is having that cosmic reward, but it's really gonna be difficult for Team NHK to pull this off in their favor right now, because it's not just 4v5 but a 3v5 scenario.
And I don't think anybody realizes that Bodis goes for the gun, gets punished by Helio. That was not the time to go for a gun. You already had one. He went for the fancy skin and he gets punished for it. I'm pretty sure Bodis abhi khud ko curse kar raha hoga because of what just happened. And right now, Team NHK is now rotating all the way back to B, but they have to deal with Cypher. Cypher abhi bhi B pe hai. All of his utilities are still down. Look at Helio, man. Helio just taking frags left and right. Once again, look at the scoreboard.
30 seconds
15
left.
kills. Number bus बढ़ते ही जा रहा है, bro. It's just he's just on fire, man. He's tech. ऐसे चलता रहा तो he's gonna end up as the MVP of the game. Right now he is.
Well, the moment you said, I was gonna say that he just, team attackers just not have to deal with, Cypher if they are
seconds
going to the side, but also all of the utilities. Okay, the spy carrier looks in a very difficult, position right now. They do not have enough time, so that's really gonna be difficult. But that's when the last player is gonna be taken down. These Cypher trap wires are just so insane that it, is also making a huge difference for, team attackers right now. Like एक player के पास अगर Viper है, so अगले के पास is having a Cypher which is really annoying and is resulting quite punishable even after playing in a 4v5 scenario.
That's true, man. Out of all the Sentinels, मुझे लगता है Cypher is best. That's my opinion, obviously. I'm not gonna say that he is the best. लेकिन हाँ, I enjoy playing Cypher, and Cypher has some of the best utility in the game, especially when it comes to the camera and the trap wires. I'm not a big fan of the cyber cage, लेकिन हाँ, that tripwire and the camera, that camera gives you massive intel, and that tripwire also gives you massive intel. It also holds the enemy down pretty well. It does its job,
Actually, and having a Cypher is always going to be an advantage compared to Killjoy, because both of them share the same like what we say, a responsibility of giving intel somewhere down the line, the alarm bot, as well as those camera trappers. And not only that, but Killjoy has a disadvantage that you have to be within the range of 50 meters, in the radius of 50 meters, but that's not the same cage with Cypher. Now if Cypher at the site of A right now, all of his utilities is already at B, and he can already see, he can just keep a surveillance over there. But for now we are looking at a post plan scenario where it's gonna be a 2v3 scenario. The spike is already planted. The cosmic dividers, looking good for the side of team attackers, denying the whole sort of heaven push which could come in, and all the players are just going backside right now. But from the wine side, it's gonna be Astra who's gonna be taking him down. Viper is already up with that, lineups, and this is looking so good already for the side of team attackers. I really think that they are gonna pull it off, because look at that time right now. It's only 20 seconds left, and dheere dheere, it's just gonna keep ticking until the bomb gets detonated at the side of A again, and we are gonna see an equalizer back to back again.
Yep. And I don't think it's a smart choice for Jet to save that operator. That gun will prove effective, especially on this map, man. यहाँ पे ऑफ करने की potential बहुत ज़्यादा है. Plus, I think the effect the way these guys on Team NHK are putting down the plan. They have successfully, I think, every round उन्होंने plan रखा है, except for a few maybe. But most of them, I think 80% of the rounds they've managed to put the spike down every time. And after they do, they manage to save the Viper. Helio, he's alive. He has the poison cloud, and the way he uses his snake bites is difficult. And we saw Sketch take double kills there with a Spectre, so that's very, very effective. He took down Astra, he took down Cypher, and not good enough. These guys 1v5 really needs to step up their game when trying to defend sides. Like once again, dude, there's nobody on A. There's just Reunited.
Well, yeah, and we can see a good mid control being taken by Devil. Single-handedly gets that two kill. That was some which we saw from Death, but for now, the top fragger, the spike carrier, as well as the Viper himself is just holding off at this A long area. They do know it's just gonna be a 2v5 scenario. Killjoy has already been taken down, and look at the control, look at the map control. Like team defenders are just spread all over the round, but the way Astra is just unique with the positioning is too good. Gets the first kill, but there comes the trade from to Felix, and Helio is down to a 1v3 scenario. Little does he know that that's going to be an operator. Jinko takedown कर लिया जाएगा, which is quite good. There comes a
Yeah.
Viper's pit, and this is the time I'm going to ask you that Virgin, are we actually seeing this clutch coming in?
We just might, because he has all of the things he needs to pull that off. Snakebite here, he has the ultimate, he's putting the spike down, he can actually do it. The only thing he doesn't have right now is the HP to back it up. And that's how he loses the gunfight to Felix. Felix actually made a very smart choice. He decided to push and he didn't care. He could have
Actually,
just held. Yeah.
and that was quite some good pressure which he put it on to Helio after getting those two initial frags. That you have that confidence that you could clutch it out, and having such sort of footstep coming in, because the Viper had two things to consider. One is that he has to play on a postman scenario because he had limited time, and the second is the HP of her, which was quite low. So one bullet of even pistol would have been connected, a classic pistol, and it's gonna be difficult for her. But for now, again a cosmic divide coming in, and that too from the side of team attackers this time. Cosmic divide just only holds on the enemies for only 15 seconds, so that was really not needed according to me. But what do you think? Why would have she been taking a cosmic divide at this very early stage of the match?
I think she wanted to close down any gunfights for they would be forced to take from me. Most probably the Jet, because she was running the operator, right? They were scared, probably not prepared to take that gunfight, so instead decided to use the cosmic device to seal that off. But they get punished regardless. It's a 2v2 right now. They lose bodies as well. They lost Astra, they lost Jet. Didn't quite happen. Now once again, Bodis and Cypher have to do the retake. Viper and Raze still alive, and both of them have the utility. Viper still outside of the map. She's right there, and he is clearly the better one. Bodis goofed it there with his aim and gets punished. Helio takes the frag, and once again an equalizer. Ever since it was 4-4, let's say equalizer, it went to a 5-4, then a 5-5, then now it's a 6-6. Do you think SHL it's pretty back and forth so far?
Well, let me remind you, even if they kept losing the round, even if it kept just equalizing, Team NHK were just playing on a 4v5 disadvantage. They don't even have a full squad. Playing on a disadvantage is so difficult. And, attackers with obviously, it does make a difference, but not that much when you are defending. There are two sides and there are 5 angles where you have to look for. It's A short, A long, mid, and obviously, B main as well. So how are these 4 players just gonna manage to, hold on with these angles being created? We can already see 2 men stacked up at A side, 1 at the mid pizza side, and it's going to be Astro is playing very passive towards the side of B. So a very easy execution. Just see how the way they are just getting initiated towards the side right now. But the use of utilities is too good. Astra is going to be will take down a guy, but the boom bot looks good, and we can already see a 3v4 scenario. A good kill coming in from Devil as well, and this is looking quite bad for Team NHK to make a comeback.
But Helio once again proving to his enemies that he's clearly the better person with the gun, punishing the other with the same. Dono frenzy chala rahe the, and he still came out on top. He didn't even see him first. I think it was Astra who saw him first, but he still managed to pull that off. Once again, now Team NHK is forced to do a retake. I think Sage has sealed it off with the wall, perhaps. Yeah.
Well, for now it's only gonna be 15 seconds left, and it's really getting too hard. Back to back, 1 kill, 2 kill nikal chuke reunited, but it's gonna be a 1v2 scenario where Killjoy is AFK That's really gonna be, like quite undoable for the side of Team NHK. Because yeah, it was a pistol round. In pistol round, you can't just pull off. It's really difficult. But we can keep an expectations that once it comes to those buy round,
Right there.
and
Yeah.
instead of going for those rifles, they try to become those judge criminals. That is when they could get a good advantage. Because
There.
being a controller viper could really be helpful when you are actually attacking. Because as we saw the post plant lineups and all, it's quite that
Checking the
fit of
situation.
agent she is. But at the defense side, having
We go.
like a sentinel herself offline really gives them a very bad advantage at this point of time.
Concealment.
Yep.
Obscuring. Pulling the
Once again,
precision.
and we have to consider the fact the NHK is actually one man short, and they are still our killjoy, and that is one of the heaviest agents that is AFK right now. I mean, I would trade a sentinel. I mean, a duelist for a sentinel when it comes to defense.
Spike
मुझे
planted.
sentinels चाहिए on my team when we are running defense. They are running one man shot. They are running three man shot. It's technically a 2v5 right now. 1v5 scenario with
enemy
Ilya left to
remaining.
do all the work once again. And just as I say that, the men on team NHK just disappearing, and TMR just taking. I mean, 1v5 just taking absolute advantage of this handicap that Team NHK has right now.
Well, there are so many problems that they are facing other than, just playing on a disadvantage. The
Place
biggest
some
annoying
stars in
thing
the
for them
astral plane.
in the very last two rounds were that even after giving damage, giving a dink and dying, they do not have a healer. And team attackers are just enjoying those many advantage, and not only those advantage, but also having a sage on their side is really looking quite amazing. And with that, it's gonna be the 15th round for today, which we are gonna be seeing. I would really be expecting you that what sort of expectations would you keep after this round's end? Because Death is up with an equalizer right now. 4v focus scenario हो चुका है at the very start of this map.
Yep. And someone says VIP Gaming, welcome to the stream, man. Bombastic, welcome to the stream as well. Says replay wala system kharab ho gaya. Yes, we mods goof our replay sometimes. I will take full responsibility for that. We are sorry. We'll work on that. Just bear with us, huh? हो जाता है कभी-कभी, don't worry. But coming back to the game once again, I would say 3v4 scenario here, but then again, Jet and Reina are super low. But there it is. Akshar has been removed. Helio comes in, takes away the United, but then again gets immediately refragged by Devansh. 1v2, can Astra, can Sketch do it? He's alone.
Player standing.
I do see why you say it a
Spike
1v2, because
planted.
already we can see Cypher is down to quite a low HP. And look at the problem. This is the problem which I was saying. Reyna was down to 28 HP, but even after that, the healing she got is really gonna give her an 88 HP, and that's really gonna be quite unfortunate for the side of Team NHK. They were looking so amazing, so dominating, but as I told, that once you go to defense, you have to have those numbers advantage. Because if one player is also taken down now, bro, then all the three players left have to rotate towards the side, or else really it's like one player going and like dying one by one, and not trading off those skills. So that is so unfortunate for Team NHK. And obviously Team 1v5 is looking on a very good advantage, even after they were like getting a good competition from a 4v5 scenario as well. But it really seems quite, I really feel quite bad for them right now.
Yep. But then again, I think they have. I didn't understand why they didn't decide to go for a pause early on. Like, right now we are going on a pause. I think Team NHK realizes that they can't just keep on playing this game like they are playing it right now, because nahi hoga. They can't just win a handicap game like this. So I think they called for the pause, and we're gonna go for a pause right now and see what happens. Most probably we'll see Killjoy rejoin the game. Because I would say that score, yeah, the 3-round lead, 1v5 has a 3-round lead, but on the first half, I would say Team NHK had the better performance. So I'm hoping if they can get Killjoy back into the game, I think we're gonna see NHK, take the round back for themselves. I mean, take the game, at least set it back to an equalizer probably. Lekin, however, if they can't get the third member back, that's gonna mean they're gonna have to continue as this, just like this. And that will just be sad to look at, man. You can clearly see Q1v5 is taking advantage of this right now, and they're having a very good time doing this.
Actually, and they are really enjoying it right now. They're having a good time as well. In this pause, they do know that there are already 3 rounds lead on Kibas, and they're just 3 rounds away from getting that match into the match point right now. Being the first team to get the match point, that's really gonna be important because then only they are gonna be increase their probability to go inside the round of 16, which is gonna be the phase number 3 of our game jam tournament presented by the PixelScope Entertainment. And obviously a small message to all our viewers that thank you all for viewing tuning in. Do not forget to hit that like and sub button because it would really encourage us a lot to keep consistently holding off these Valorant tournament for you guys and even other mobile games as well.
Yeah. Plus, we have Act 4 lined up already. I think we have already slots already full ho gaye hai, I think, for the next Valorant tournament that we have lined up. That's the next game jam that we have lined up for you guys. And if you guys didn't, if those who are watching didn't get to participate on this time around, then make sure you stay tuned. Follow us on our socials, join us on our Discord, and you'll get those announcements very frequently. And find yourselves a tournament to join in and just jump in, man. And we'll see you right here on the stream, and we ourselves will be casting the game for you. It'll be fun, man.
Well, it would definitely be because coming month में हमारा Act 4 आ रहा है and I'm really just waiting to see कि Act 3 यहाँ पे कौन सी team के इधर जाने वाला है. But for now we were saying that if these people just keep losing round, only one advantage with team defenders could have is being the judge criminal. Already पहला kill Helio निकाल के numbers equal up कर चुके, but there comes a good kill from Jet as well.
Oof.
He is just running with those Spectre and already 3v2 का scenario बन चुका है. Actually, he doesn't care, and that's when we are gonna see that 1v5 के हमारे booties is gonna be down to quite a low HP, like 3 HP, and if that 3 HP she could have went into that Viper's wall, already 2 HP बच जाते.
Oh my God.
And just look at the issue these
They
both
have
guys
9
have.
HP if you combine both their HPs together.
That's really gonna be quite difficult for them.
Yeah.
That wall is obviously gonna be breaking down, but they are playing patiently because they wanna get that Sage healing orb online, and then at least one player is able to just take it out. But for now, a 7th round going in the favor Team Attackers. I didn't quite understand that how are these guys just managing to pull such impossible rounds into their favor. They already 4v5. Obviously, first blood aa chuka tha wo judge se, but it wasn't that Helio just took down 2 or 3 guys with those judge. There was a numbers equal up advantage 4v4 ka tha, but I really think that it's really looking quite good from the side of Team 1v4, 1v5 as well as Team NHK, that they are not losing the hope and just going on with the match's momentum.
I think that round belonged to Death because he opened up multiple kills on him.
Yeah.
And he just switched things up for his team. And Jet dashing and escaping that showstopper, punishing him for overextending there. Both is taking the first kill. And we still do not have Killjoy in the game. So that's a 4v3 scenario right now. Akshar bringing in Devansh down, but the ultimate already charged chuka hai. Sage has brought him back. But he takes Devil away this time, so Akshar's be like, no, res ka koi fayda nahi hai. I'm taking one anyway.
Well, Akshar, how could he even be such sort of, criminal towards those, dismiss coming in? 4 people are just viewing him and he just, gets dismissed. He runs and guns again. It's gonna be Felix who's gonna take him down. Reunited also has been taken down right now. 2v. Okay, 1v2 का scenario हो चुका है because Astra is down alone in this, retake, and that's looking quite disadvantageous. All the players, let me remind you, are quite low to HP right now, and that is something which could have been doable, but there comes a kill, and we know that it's a post-plan scenario. Obviously, Reunited just needs one kill. Kilcha is down to quite a long time, but she has been online, and it's gonna be a 10-7 scoreline.
Yeah, I think that the previous round that we had was quite funny. Like uske baad, this round, I think once again Team NHK is suffering because of that handicap issue that they're having right now. Killjoy still clearly hasn't. He's running to some sort of issue. Can't get it sorted out. They took a tactical pause and they still haven't been able to sort it out, and they have just decided to continue this game. Now it's a 4v5 all throughout. 10-7 scoreline. Then again, you have to acknowledge the gap. So lead hai for 1v5. It's not by that big of a margin. It's just 3 rounds. If Team NHK can actually, I don't know, do some 200 IQ plays, they can actually manage to take it away. Maybe it's a big maybe.
Well, for now we can really see that Helio is using good use of his utilities, those poison cloud, the poison wall, as well as the snake bites to just hold off the beam in rush, which could have been seen from the side of team attackers. We do know that team attackers, knowing they are on an advantage, they're just walking their self from that B main towards that B side. पहले 2 राउंड तो ऐसे ही गए थे, बट उसके बाद जो बैक टू बैक एक अच्छा कमबैक देखने को मिला from the side of Team NHK. That was something to see. But for now, a rotation coming in from attackers. Already they are into the side right now, but it's gonna be Akshat who will take down the first blood of this game right now. The shots are getting fired, and we are looking at a full B-side execution. Both is coming in with an amazing backstab, and I think this side is already losing from the defending side.
Yeah, but then again, there are 3 members left on Team NHK, and Sketch once again taking away Bodis. So Sage is gone. That's good. And Cypher looking the wrong way when he shouldn't have and gets punished for it. Sketch 1-7 taking Cypher away. So it's a 1v2. Helios punishing Reunited, and that's teamwork, man, at the finest. What a
teamwork at the finest. You use the correct word which we could use to describe these guys right now, because the way they just retake a 3v4 clutch scenario, that is quite amazing. Astra giving all the pressure she could from that garden area, from the heaven area. It was gonna be, I guess, Jet or maybe even Death, who was just getting aggressive, giving some contribution, and obviously distracting some way he could to the opponents, because having a post plant scenario, the calls come out, teams are in quite of a hustle, that you're the players coming. I can hear the sound from here, and you have to just make sure that you're able to just cope up with everything. You're able to cope up with your team, that which player is holding which angle, and if there is a trade or not, if any player has been taken down, and team attackers taking the full advantage of it. A good teamwork, a good team coordination, and with that we can see the 19th round for today is going to start up already. The mid control obviously is going to go into the favor of Team 1v5 alone, but Team NHK के लिए इधर मुश्किलें जरूर होने वाली है. That satchel से nice से back off होंगे, but अपना पूरा 150 HP को भी he is going to keep up, but the mid control is totally in the favor for team attackers right now.
Yeah, but then again, they can get devastatingly squeezed in the middle there, क्योंकि everybody's funneled in market. कोई और दूसरा जगह पे है ही नहीं. There's no space for them, but then again, it's working out for them क्योंकि they have managed to take everyone away, and it's just Helio left. Or I think it will be super difficult. It's a 1v5 clutch. Can he do it? Gives away. That fire just gave away his position. Now he's going to get pressured super hard. Can he pull it off though?
Well, that looks quite, undoable, because it's going to be a post-plan scenario, and it's almost a flawless round. So he has to be up for that 1v5 clutch, or he is going to be taken down. 11th round going in the favor for Team 1v5, and they are just a single round away to get their match point.
And however, kudos to NHK, man. Big shout out to them, because handicap game came there. Come on, you have to give it to them. They still 8 rounds in, and they have managed to not lose an incline defeat at least, and they're still in the game. But then kudos to Team 1v5 as well, because right now they're dominating and looking strong. Unka teamwork is looking super good. The way they just moved in through, snaked their way in through market. They look at them. They're just moving through 3. All 5 of them, they don't care. There's one guy watching flank. There's people watching the front. They're literally unstoppable. It's like a train moving through.
Well, actually, look at the way these guys just got execution. They just got that A side control by just walking from that mid courtyard towards that catwalk and then towards an A side. But we are looking at a post plan scenario, 3v5 scenario. Felix coming with the kill onto death, and that's really good because taking out down Raze is gonna take down the abilities as well, which could be really annoying out at this post plan scenario sometimes. But there comes a toxic screen, and we are seeing that those poison walls, the poison cloud are looking quite overpowered. But Helio wants this round. It seems he is already up with that, Viper's Pit. Sketch coming up with an insane kill, but it's gonna be Felix who is gonna trade it off. 1v focus scenario. Ochukan, we know that the last guy, being alive
Just
is
not
gonna
there.
be at the spawn.
This is just a sad way to end the round. Once again, we are at match point. 1v5, just one round away from winning. And I mean, unke paas, they already have it in the pocket, man. They have the creds. Economy damage is negligible. This is going to force Team NHK to a very, very bad corner. Unke paas, they'll have to force by, I guess. And even then, they don't have the best guns on their side. And they'll have to do something like, I don't know. It has to be a perfect round for them in order to pull this next round off. And if they still want to stay in the game, or they're just gonna go home. And it's not like this is the first game for any of these teams. We have already had the playoffs. These teams have already won once, and they've already stepped through. Now winning these games is gonna only push these teams forward. And 8 games, you think about it, you don't really want to lose the next one. But only one of these teams is going forward, right? Dono to nahi ja sakte. So we're gonna find out, and I think NHK is really cursing the fact that Killjoy is just not here.
Well, for now, we are in a technical pause right now, and this is probably going to be the last timeout which our viewers are really going to see, because I know that already 3 timeouts are okay, but it seems as if, the Killjoy might come online, and that's the reason, team defenders have went for, timeout right now. Now, we have seen, some of this comeback, coming in. We had seen one of the map at the map of Haven, where it was a 12-7 scoreline, and we saw a comeback going into an overtime. In this tournament so far, we didn't have a single overtime, but if Killjoy comes online, and if there is some sort of comeback, so that's gonna be some outside of the plan. Yeah, our fellow admins are giving us an update that already the player are getting online right now. We are looking at a 12-8 scoreline from the side of team attackers. It's gonna be Astra having a cosmic reward online. The the Stormblades as well, and Sate is also having the resurrection. So this is quite doable for them. They would want to end it now. They do not want to keep those attack defenders in favor. They do not want them to get into a good position where it's really going to be difficult for them to get executed towards the side. But for now, we can see Killjoy finally online, and not only online, but all the utility, she alone is holding out B side. Now all the 4 players, all they are responsible is for the mid side, where 2 players are going to be seeing, and 2 players looking at that catwalk side. We can already see that Reina is getting aggressive towards that A long area. B side pe sare ke sare attacking players stack up ho chuke hai. And finally I could hear Turret just spraying those short bullets, giving some short damage towards all the players gathering up at the team name. Look at Reina having that control. Reina either back to back kill. It's gonna be a good luck coming in from team, and it seems as if this is gonna be the end for them. That is what I was saying, that agar mauka hai to yahi mauka रहेगा, वरना they would never have a chance to make a comeback. But there comes Felix with another kill, and there's a 3 kill for them. एक अच्छे वहाँ पे एक वापसी कर दिए थे towards that round. They were down to 2 man, 2v5 से 2v2 किया उन्होंने. This could have been the round for them. If this round would have been won from the side of Team NHK, that was an overtime. It would have been an overtime. But for now, look at the scorecard right now. It's the scoreboard right now. It's really gone insane. Equally going towards each and every player.
And kudos to Helio and his team for trying their best. I mean, almost half of the game they played on a 4v5. So that was quite unfortunate that Killjoy could not join us for the entirety of the game. They joined us on the last round. And even though she was unable to squeeze out. I mean, obviously, utility tha, but she got shut down by that beautiful flank coming in from Devil. Because Devil managed to take away Killjoy and Astra. Astra, she was in that cosmic mode, right? So, usko pata nahi chala if Reina was right behind her. And I think Devil almost took out Helio as well. I think Helio के पास अगर judge नहीं होता, that he would not have survived that encounter. And somehow I think Death had just a slither of HP to survive, but he extended to in order to throw the paint shell. Just didn't work out for him. I mean, kudos. Scoreline is pretty good. 13-8 is a pretty good scoreline, and I'm very happy to look at this. It's not one-sided. Kudos to both teams for playing for us, and I'm really excited for the next game.
Well, really, let's hope that they do come back, and that comeback is going to be stronger. But for now, it's going to be Team 1v5, who will be, getting a slot towards the round of 16. With that, match number 1 is going to be over for today. Moving on to match number 2, that's going to happen at, between Team Basic Valorant versus Team Respawn. So I'm really excited for it. And with that, we will be taking a very short break, and we'll be right back. And thank you all the guys for tuning in. Do grab all your snacks if you are wanting to see some amazing Valorant matches with us tonight. And with that, we will be right back after a very short break.
Yeah, get your refills, man, and be right back. Let's go.
It's always a good time for Slav Polka. Oi, oi! Bring the beats. It's time for polka.
Welcome back, guys. We are again here at this map number 2 for today, and this is again happening at Ascent. And with me, the co-caster, it's gonna be Virgil. The second match for today, it's gonna happen between Team Basix Valorant versus Team Respawn, and that is gonna be like completely exciting to see. We did saw that first map was quite competitive. Both the teams were quite equally skilled group, but for now, it's really gonna be Team Basic Valorant against Team Respawn. So, what are your expectations for now?
Expectations बहुत है because I've seen Team Respawn and Basic Valorant both play before. Both are very good teams. So if you ask me what I'm going, my predictions for this game, I actually don't know. I'm gonna have to wait for a while, and only then can I tell you which team I actually want to go into and which team I think is maybe gonna win. Because right now, मेरे को नहीं पता man. And actually, one of my worst fears has come alive. Like recently, we've not been having all 3 games on stream because some teams have issues. And apologies to the viewers for that. But then again, Arch, out of all the games, we have all 3 games lined up, but all the teams just end up picking up a set, and that's it. Second game, the ascent pay on and it's just we'll just be diving into that right now. But before that happens, guys, once again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Helps us. It's the best way to support the channel. And if you guys want to participate in any kind of tournaments, be it Valorant, Siege, PUBG Mobile, or whatever, just join into our Discord. Announcements going on daily. You'll find yourself in one of these tournaments eventually. So just come drop by. And if you're interested in other mobile games, stream chalta hai din pe. So I think we have another one lined up tomorrow. So make sure you're watching those streams as well.
Well, for now, let's directly hop into the agent selection window right now, where I would want to see again that what are these agent selection coming in from both the side of our teams. From the side of team attackers, it seems as if it's gonna be Team Basics Valorant who are gonna be attacking first, and Respawn will be defending. From the side of the defense, Respawn, it's gonna be ECT and Predudge, Flix, CB, Gamer, YT, and Ice.
Yep, and I don't think हमको Viper देखने को मिलेगा इस बार at least. I don't think we're gonna see a Viper, but there's a high chance we might see an Omen, and I'm seeing Flix waiting to pick up that Soba, and he has confirmed it. So finally, an initiator. So we're gonna see some recon dart lineups and some Hunter Fury shots maybe. Because satisfying. Hunter Fury confirmed kills are absolutely satisfying to watch. What do you think? Do you agree?
Well, I really agree with that because Sova is one of the most important initiators when it comes to ACE, and we do know that you have Sky, you have all the different agents like Breach, but a revealing agent, that too with not only a recon dart but with also an owl drone, is something which is quite unique. Obviously, even Sky has a drone which is the
Select
Tiger
your
itself,
agent.
but that is something which only gives an intel on a ground level and on a very limited vision of somewhat like 10 meters. But let's get started talking about the agent picks. We are seeing a double sentinel picked up from the side of team attackers, and it's gonna be a controller as an Astra. Duelist would be lone, Jet itself, and that's gonna be initiator as a Sky. And talking about team defenders, it's gonna be a double duelist, single sentinel, initiator, and controller pick. So that is quite classic, and that is something which people do prefer some of these days having to pick.
Yep, and considering the fact that they have 2 agents, basic Valorant, I'm talking about basics Valorant here because they have 2 agents that can heal. So that is something. I mean, Sage can even has the res. The Sky can heal your entire team. Yeah, it's situational help, but then again, it's there, right? If you want to use it, you at least have the option. But on Team Respawn, you don't really have those options. But then again, they have the Killjoy and they have the Sova. So I'm putting my money down on Sova. Because Sova can actually give you a lot of intel, and that could be detrimental to you winning rounds in this map. किसी भी map, I think Sova is played on all of the maps. He's that versatile.
Yeah, and Okay, we do know that Ascent
Here.
is a very perfectly sized map, and with that, the round number one has begun. We can see two players being stacked up. The Killjoys holding up with all of the turrets and utility at the side of A, and
Here.
Sova would be using the Recon to his advantage to get some sort of intel. But it's gonna be Edge who is gonna give down a good ding towards Ice right now. A good intel, being provided from the sky as well. They are looking to take that mid control and get that mid to A, execution, but that blind is going to give them an intel that all the pizza area is going to be controlled. All the players are rotating, and the first
Oh,
blood comes in. Clone के जो है यहाँ पे down कर दिया गया from the side of attackers, and this is looking quite good. But look at CB Gamer YT right
yeah.
now. He is like first time I'm seeing a shorty being played at the very
Yeah,
first round, and
exactly. Yeah.
obviously we can
Covering
see
it. Taking
some
that
numbers
fire.
advantage coming in.
Yep. And balancing
Spike planted.
people out on both teams, both Astras
I need
on low HP,
concealment.
but this other teammates on full. Let's see if they can perform a retake by Team Respawn. I mean, El Major takes away Flicks, but Prejudice with the
One
immediate
enemy
refrag.
remaining.
And Prejudice with actually a double. This guy actually does it.
Wow.
And Ice taking Edge away, and with that, Team Respawn take the first round. This is looking pretty good, and CB Gamer actually managed to get a kill with that shorty, man. I think in this game, सबसे कम confidence. If you ask me which gun I'm least confident with, it would be the shot.
It would be, and it would be the
Yeah.
least pick pistol as well. No
Yeah.
problem if even if you are playing on
BYB
an
fam.
eco or on a full buy with an operator, because shorty is just just advantage to you when it is quite short. Fights like it really doesn't give
Placing
that
alarm
lot of
bot.
damage when it comes to the bullet damage of it. It is being nerfed as well right now, and it's just not in the meta. That's the simple answer towards the question that why is shorty not being used often. But for now, we can see the second round is already begin. We can see Sky, Tigers gathering some intel, but do they know that there is a Killjoy turret on the right, which is
Yeah.
not only gonna slow them down while getting to A side, but also give them a huge damage.
Yeah, plus look at the utility that's literally deployed on A. So even if they do barge in, that would have been a mistake. Because there's turrets, there's stars, and there's the alarm board right there in the middle. You can see it. It would have been a catastrophe there for Team Basix Valorant if they had decided to push it. I think they just lost the Astra to the Prejudice once again. Prejudice once again takes away Edge. Edge, however, could manage to take away CB Gamer right before he gets killed. But then again, its numbers dwindling, man. 4-3 scenario plus two Sentinels. I don't think best suited for this attack right now. I think right now the lineup is really not working out for them. And Prejudice once again, dude. Is it going?
30
He almost
seconds
had an
left.
ace.
He did almost has an age, but that was a time where Hammer is gonna be the one who is gonna take him down. He is down to 18 HP, but he would want to get that 60 HP healing with his healing orb right now. 18 seconds left, and the timer is just running out. Astra is trying to just waste the time as much as she can,
10
because she
seconds
already
left.
knows that she has won the round towards the team, and in the end she is gonna take that risk for peeking her with the ghost. Now it
Yeah.
was a Ghost versus Spectre, where it's gonna be the second round coming in the favor for team defenders back to back here. Like it's looking
Right
quite
there.
good so far for the side of Team
Team
Respawn.
Respawn. And Prejudice single-handedly is the MVP of that round. उसने mid पे every gunfight जीती है. He did not even lose one. And that is what Phoenix is built for. Like his volley and his wall can give him HP back. So I think he's one of the most comfortable duelists, even for advanced players and for beginners as well. I think if you are new to Valorant, you would have the most fun playing Phoenix, and even if you're like a pro, you would still have fun playing. He's just that good.
Well, for now, it's gonna be Blue Juice who is gonna get the first kill for today. First blood यहाँ पे already आ चुका, and that's gonna be the time where Flix is also gonna be stunned by that Sky utility. He is gonna be down at a very default box right now, but that's gonna be the time where four players are just gonna peek him from the four side of the lane one, and the numbers advantage totally going towards the side of Team Basix Valorant,
planted.
and they are already playing on a post plant scenario, and with that plant, obviously Sage is also going to get that ultimate online.
And then again, Jet, I don't think she has. Yep, she just has 20 HP, so CB Gamer has to go on a clutch round with 4 against him, and that's I don't think he can make it, because 20 HP against 4 people with almost full HP is gonna be very difficult. Plus, he's using the frenzy to take the fight, gets pressured by and taken out by Edge. So pretty solid leg in half. The first round for Team Basix Valorant looking pretty solid. 2-1 scoreline, pretty balanced. Basix Valorant can still take the lead if they want to. That is like in half. Prejudice is single-handedly doing way better than most in the lobby right now. I have to say that.
Well, definitely being a Phoenix, you really get many advantage, many utilities which could really help you out towards, being a duelist, being a fragger instead, those blind, those healing, abilities, and obviously the run it back itself. But for now, we are looking at a fast execution coming in, and that's the time that PGS is again going to come up with the first blood for today. Team, Respawn are having a good advantage by, back to back getting these first bloods, but it's gonna be CB Gamer White. He is holding up with his operator, 3 players into his, process, but doesn't even manage to take a single guy down.
Yep. Arnav Sina, Demon, Yashwardhan Singh, guys, welcome to the stream. Apologies if I missed any names, but thank you for joining us tonight. These teams are giving their absolute best, putting up a great show for you guys. So make sure you like this stream and join us every other day to watch games like this, man. Come on, it's fun. And look at that, dude. Prejudice with the beautiful double. This guy never fails. His crosshair always on point. Doesn't miss his shots either.
Wow, that was some amazing way to retake. And we are really seeing that Phoenix is looking quite overpowered for today right now. He needs to be nerfed. He needs to be, like उनको रोकना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, वरना इधर team attackers जो है हमारे उनके लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा it's gonna be problem. The first problem is obviously the operator, and then there was the 3K again coming in from the side of Phoenix. And this is looking too good for them, because already after losing that buy round, there was a good like comeback again from the side of team defenders. And so far Team Respawn are having a good momentum towards the game. यहाँ पे Creds का थोड़ा disadvantage जरूर हो सकता था उनको even after winning that round, but still they will be going against those bulldogs and SMGs, which is quite unusual to play with against those rifles.
I cannot agree more. Once again, everybody on Basix Valorant is stacking on today. But I don't think that's a wise choice, even though she just pushed out the ultimate. I don't think there's a lot of utility deployed by Killjoy to take control of Site A, and that's it. ECD punishing Astra for barging in. ECD once again punishing Killjoy and Edge, and there's Ice just taking away Sky. And like I said, man, too much utility to counter on A. Just possibly nahi tha bahut. It's just, it would never work out. I don't see any scenario jahan pe Basix Valorant would have come out on top in that, with that much utility put down in that side.
Well, it's not only about the utilities, but look how they even, defended them. 3 kill with a bulldog and 2 kill with a stringer. The most nerfed gun, the most, like unwanted gun after Shorty when it comes to, those rifles and obviously the SMGs. That was just unusual. But for a CB Gamer White, he's again up with his operator right now. Can he get the first blood? No, he won't, because again he misses the shot right now, which is going to give them enough room to get inside the mid courtyard yard. Back-to-back 2 misses. And obviously he would want to get backed up. If he loses to his life, it's not going to be just a numbers disadvantage, but also operator with 50-50 for the attacking side. But for now, finally brings up some sort of trade back after losing the first blood, and there are we seeing a 4v4 numbers advantage going towards both the players. Equally, defenders are having the cosmic divide, the stormlets, as well as the Killjoy lockdown. But back-to-back 2 operator kills coming in from the side of Team Respawn. Look at this Sova defense. That is so good, and that is actually something which really helps, in such retake scenarios.
Yup, he's low on HP, but CB Gamer, 2 beautiful shots, almost there to get the third, but there's Ice taking both of them for himself. And once again, Team Respawn taking a round for themselves. I mean, the retake is so flawless, dude. They just 2 of them left, but it's just beautiful the way they managed to take the retake. And remember, the first blood happened from Basic Valorant. They took away Prejudice, shut him down early in mid, right? लेकिन फिर भी they were able to take control of side A once again and just shut down Basix Valorant once again. Kudos to Team Respawn, man. This is very efficiency at 100%.
Actually, and with that, we can obviously see them leading the scorecard right now with a 5-1 score line. Like already, first half is starting 6 rounds khatam ho chuke, and we are down to the final 6 round before the first half is gonna end. And already, it seems as if Team Basic Valorants are just able to get the a single round in the board, even after most of the rounds they did went on a post plan scenario.
Yep, I agree. I think I didn't even see Prejudice use most of his flashes and Sky. I think Team Basics Valorant has Sky, right? Sky's flashes are technically one of the best in the game. She has 3 of them, and look at ECT gets 3 near catwalk, dude. And it's so easily. He made it look so easy.
That's 3.
He made it look so easy. And now it's just Sova left. They kind of goofed it here a bit. They had the lead, but somehow they once again just disbalanced it for themselves. And now it's going to go down. The spike is being put down in A by L Major. Did I spell that correctly? Yes, I did.
One enemy
And that's it. The Sky looking the wrong way, and Flix manages to take him away. But will Astra be able to die the plan though?
Scanning ahead.
Well, the Astra stars are gonna come in, and obviously it's gonna be not only the gravity pull, but also the stun curse. But there comes Flix with another, a wall bang headshot kill.
Yeah.
and that
And
was
that
so
was-
unfortunate.
Never give up.
And that was, I would say, the perfect bait done by Sova. The fake defuse worked out. He just baited Astra in and he got the kill. That was just beautiful to look at. I think Respawn has proved they are the masters of the retake. They have
Well-
just done it over and over and over again.
And this is a time when I'll say that it's not even a one-sided game. Like we
Yep.
do know that even 7 rounds, it's like it all falls down to the post-plan scenario, which we are seeing from the last 4 rounds itself. 1v1 ka scenario tha that Astra gravity pull itself, was quite the vision. She didn't got enough vision to spot on Sova and just connect a headshot. And meanwhile, from the perspective of Sova, it was quite an easy stuff for now. But for now, we are looking at 4 players getting their ultimate online from the side of Team Basics Valorant. They have been stacked up at the side of it, and look at this lurk from Il Major. That turret is unfortunately gonna spot him out, but obviously the gravity pull comes in, and she would not want to get trapped into set and get vulnerable. But there comes the Seekers for now, and we are looking at a 5v3 scenario. This looks quite good for the side of Team Attackers for now, and there comes the use of utilities. Post plan obviously ho chuka hai, and this is quite difficult to retake right now.
Yeah, but then again, using Recon Dart and Hunter's Fury to his advantage, but he didn't successfully get any kills. Tried to get Hammer, but Spray keeps the control. Moves it there. Phoenix Prejudice just popped, run it back right in front of his face, and he still got the kill. Ice once again gets edge. It's a 2v2 scenario. Can they put the spike out of its music? Can they do it? Phoenix going for the defuse, but Sage right on top of him. Hammer shuts him down. Ice gets him once again. Ice not missing his shots, but there's just not enough time for him. And with that, Team Basics Valorant finally take another round for themselves. At least it's not too bad right now. I mean, 6-1 was very one-sided. Abhi it's pretty one-sided. Like at least they have it's 2. It's not just 1.
Actually,
it's
and
better.
we do know that it is a bit of a defense-sided map. Attackers, even if they manage to get like 4 to 5 or at least 3 rounds, it would be quite doable. Like it won't just fall into the pistol round of the second half, where if team like for instance respawn once, so they will definitely get the second round and would be the first team to get to the match point. So obviously, Team Basics Valorant would not want that. We have seen in the Valorant Scrim Night. And that's the time where I am keeping high expectations, and that's why I'm saying that this could be quite an exciting match for today. But for now, the lockdown comes in, and Flix is just looking so insane in that corner area. He is not going to get detained, and with that, obviously they won't expect him to be there. But the 5 player peeking in together, he wasn't just able to control that spray. back-to-back headshots connect कर सकते थे, but that's the time where we are going to be seeing a post-plan scenario. एक kill निकाल चुके, but there comes a trade from the side of CB Gamer YT. But look at this lockdown. Now this is going to be insane because जितने players B side के अंदर जाते हैं, सब के सब detain हो जाने वाले हैं, and a beautiful retake is it's what it's just what we witnessed for now.
Yep, like I said, master of the retake. And even without the lockdown, I mean, Prejudice, the flash. You should have seen the jet kill, Rojo. That flash went off and the jet was in updraft. She was in mid-air and he still managed to get the kill. This is beautiful. Smooth retake. It was a retake हुआ था after all 5 members were stacked on site. So
yeah,
5-5 retake is chaotic, right? And it's difficult to pull off क्योंकि बहुत कुछ हो रहा है on site, but they still managed to pull it off smoothly. Now once again, Team Respawn has the advantage, 7-2 scoreline inclined towards them. So I think when the round swap, did the round swap happen? It hasn't yet.
No.
It hasn't yet. But when it does, I hope Team Basix Valorant can use it to their advantage.
Well, really, basic Valorant would want to bring up these rounds. That was supposed to be a round for them, the way they got such an easy execution, and obviously the first bloods as well. But for now, we are into the match round number 10. For now, the first blood going into the favor for Team Respawn. Again, we can see CB Gamer YT down to 45 HP, but Ice coming up with back-to-back 2 kills right now, and this is looking quite good. ECT is going to give him some hand for those starting power as well, but the headshot gets connected, but in the end it's going to be a round again going towards the side of Team Respawn, and this is looking quite overpowered for today because Team Respawn, even after team like Basix Valorant are not just giving up, they are giving a good competition. They are coming up with some strat to outplay them, but in the end when it falls on to that retake scenario, they're just not able to defend that plan.
All right, so we got a false alarm where we thought that we were gonna go for a pause apparently, but we are not right now. I think we're good to go, and I'm just gonna name these people on stream. Thank you guys for joining. Ryan Das asking Prejudice ka rank kya hai? I do not know. I wish I do. I'm going to ask one of my mods to look into it if I can get that information to you. Arnav Sinha, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for joining us, guys. अगर अच्छा लग रहा है देख के, make sure you subscribe and like the stream, man. Best way to support us and the teams that show up here every day to put up a show for you. And it's fun, man. The community coming together, having fun. Mazza aa raha hai, right? Come on.
Well, definitely, and you would love to not only just see them, but we are able to learn a lot of things from them as well. But it seems as if Soha is AFK here. Look at that curveball just defending Soha right now to make sure there's no sort of like a problem scenario coming in, that they are losing on 2 numbers advantage. That's something quite good.
He's still there. Koi dekh nahi raha. Nobody is overextending across the divide, and somehow El Major got that kill, but still made it out alive. So that's something. Prejudice once again. I think he got saved, right?
Yeah, he did got saved, but for now, he did use the run it back ultimate, which did not went in his favor. Somewhere down the line, it's gonna be the lurker next who is here and is trying to defend that post plan scenario. But on the other hand, it's gonna be Killjoy who is AFK. Two players were on an AFK this round, and this is looking quite bad because
I think it's pretty bad. This is pretty once again exactly history repeating itself, but twice as damage done as it was before, because last game में हमने देखा था, it was just one guy disconnecting, and because of that it cost them the entire game. They are now out of the tournament. These are knockout games, right? You lose this and it's over, right? And right now we have 2 members missing on team I think
Respawn.
Respawn, right? So that's actually bad because they have a lead, and if this goes on and if they actually tilt and the game tilts and they just end up going back to an equalizer, all of that work done in the first half was just back to square one.
In the half.
Well, this is looking quite difficult for them because two players offline, like this is something which we never,
I
even
should
see.
probably place
But
some
obviously,
stars
a
in the astral
technical timeout
plane.
coming in from the
शुभू.
side of team defenders. Last round of the half है तो जरूर चाहेंगे कि at least ये round अपने लिए secure करे because it's really gonna be a good lead for them. Like having a lead of 6 round is something where even if you lose pistol round, you can't afford to win those initial rounds and then come back with those buy round and obviously grab those double digit numbers. And not only that, but also the match point. But like two players together, being offline is something which is quite strange for me to hear.
Yep. Plus, that's like 3v5. Obviously, no matter how good you are, you will be bashed to the ground, even if you don't have all your teammates online. And it's like you'll have to do so much. And the agents they have that have disconnected from the game is Killjoy and Sova, dude. Those two are two of the most critical agents. I would, like I said, last game में मैंने बोला था. Yeah, like I said, even I would trade a duelist for an initiator or a sentinel any day, or while on defense. Because the utilities, man. Simply the word utilities is just it single-handedly changes the game.
Well, actually, because Killjoy, we do know that, being a sentinel, it's so important to have some sentinel, utilities at your place, at your side, so that other players could play on a good split and, have some trade as well. Or else it's really the trades won't come in if, all the play, if they are, limiting on player as well as, just split on each and every side of this map.
Yeah,
And having a numbers disadvantage at the defense side is more, bad for you rather than an attack sided.
exactly. Uh, Arnav Sinha says Team Basics, Valorant, Edge, Hammer, and Nex are his teammates. That's great, man. Why didn't you join us in the team, though? That is the real question of the century.
Actually.
And Yeshwardan says Edge and Hammer are my sons. Exactly, man. I hope they're making you proud. But then again, coming back into the game, 8-3, pretty good for team respawn, especially taking expert advantage of starting on defense, getting almost like 70% of the rounds on their side early on in the game sets a lot of pressure on the opposition. Plus, so far, if you look at the scoreboard, let's bring it up. Yep. Look at the scoreboard. Look, Prejudice is at 17, Ice and ECT following behind at 12 and 11, right? So double digits on these three guys, and all these three are on Team Respawn. None of the players on Team Basic Valorant have actually touched double digits. They are yet to do that. So I think the team members on Team Basic Valorant really need to step up their game because this is the last round, right? Before the round swap happens. Iske baad jab when they end up defending, they might actually get the advantage that they're lacking right now, and this could actually help them turn the game back to their side of the table.
Actually, and that's going to be really unusual for them because having such a good advantage, they would not want to lose up to those one of the players online, which is quite good. It seems as if Felix is the return from being an AFK, which is away from keyboard. But ECT, let's just wait that when will he, the Killjoy himself, the Sentinel, the lone Sentinel of Team Respawn is going to get back because now it's fine. After the round swap happened, that's as you said, it's really going to be quite difficult for them. And obviously, we have already waited for 4 to 5 minutes, and let's see, how much time will these players, be taking. But till then, thank you all the guys for tuning in, and we really appreciate your patience. But watching a 5v5, equal like map is really gonna be more entertaining to us than just seeing a 3v5 scenario, and that is why our fellow admins are also quite patient. And let's see that how much more time are these players facing. Technical issues these days are quite often, and let's just hope and enjoy the cinematic view of this map of Ascent.
So we have one guy, Flix, who is the Sova with us now. We are waiting for the Killjoy. Okay, so outside of the game, I want to ask you, man, rate your three best skins in the game.
Okay. Now it depends. If I'm having some, like enough creds to rate the skins and have those skins. So first of all, I'm definitely gonna go for those which I will be using. From the Phantom, I really think Ion Phantom is one of the most overpowered Phantom and Vandal. So the new Vandal. I don't know how to name it, but I guess this Vandal which currently we got in this bundle is some of the best. And for me,
The
personal favorite,
origin one.
obviously, yeah, Origin,
Oh,
the Origin
yeah.
Vandal. And if you might have seen the original Origin dagger is also quite overpowered. And
Yep.
I really think this bundle was quite different, was quite unique. And even if you inspect it in your hand, that's really gonna be some amazing unique stuff which we saw from Valorant. And it really feels good that we are getting so many options when it comes to buying some skins and all. And that is actually good. What about you?
I think when comes to the fandom, I have to settle with the Ion or the Singularity because the reload animation on the Singularity is just
Is yeah.
sweet to look at. I love my reload animations, man. Second is most used gun. I would say for the Vandal, I would say it has to be the Reaver Vandal, man. It just feels better when you have the Reaver Vandal equipped. It's just so much smoother, and I would say the Prime Vandal follows right behind it. It's just the sound feels so much more aesthetic to my ears. And third, I would say I don't really have a third. I would say the minimus things that came out recently had a minimal, VFX tied to it. I actually like that, but didn't end up buying any of those because they are technically too expensive for my pockets. But then again, jumping back into the game, we have everybody in the lobby. Everybody has reconnected. Once again, Team Basix Valorant stacking up on A. But look at Astra, bro. Oh no, my bad. It's Prejudice once again taking L Major out and he does lose just a tad bit of HP and it actually gets somebody with the molly, dude. Wow.
You will not kill
Dude,
my
he is
ally.
insane, and here comes the resurrection for now. And yeah,
Yep.
we are really seeing that
Yep.
numbers advantage is
And
totally into the favor for Team Respawn for now. But it's
yep.
gonna be the Stormblades being online. First kill Nikachuke, but there comes the trade. Next is looking quite good. Back to back, though kill to Nikachuke, but is this a good choice? Like, team defenders are actually going towards the spawn area to get those frags, and they need to control, being a duelist.
Prejudice once again taking away edge. I think this
30 seconds
basically the push came from Team Respawn, right? They just pushed out from their
Yeah.
positions, and that I think disoriented Team Basics Valorant completely. I'm pretty sure they did not expect that. And that wall that came in from Sage, she tried to raise a Sky, right? Like that wall is what actually saved
10
Phoenix from
seconds
dying.
left.
He had only 70 HP left,
Blocking
I'm
vision.
pretty sure Sky would have bagged him. But that wall actually ended up saving Phoenix, and they also lost Sky to the Jet because they forgot that there was actually somebody pushing in from A main. Prejudice once again getting another one. Next is down. And I think he gets Sage as well. This guy clutching it for his team. Once again, dude, single-handedly, this round got MVP. No debates.
Ace.
How could he even do it, dude? And Ace at the very last round of the half, being a lone guy who was just, like dominating the
sides.
server right now, and
Yeah.
22 kills after 12 rounds. It's like really insane numbers to see. We can obviously see that, he is having a KD of 3.4 or 5, I guess, which is really insane right now in terms of number. But for now, our side is going to get switched. That Ace was amazing. That was just, like, how can that ace even happen? That is something which even a guy like him can do, because out of all those utilities being online for him, he didn't have that run it back. All he had was just a molly, and that kill from molly was also insane.
Yep.
But for now, it's gonna be the second half. 6 round ki lead mil chuki hai, and it seems as if these players all set to go towards the side of A, where it's gonna be Killjoy and all of the utilities waiting for them.
Yep. And round swap ho gaya hai. This is all the advantage that Respawn, Basics Valorant is gonna get, and this is their chance to turn things around for them. Can they actually do it? I mean, उनको करना ही पड़ेगा. They don't really have a choice. क्योंकि 9-3, at least it's not 9-1. Come on, right? क्योंकि if 9-1 होता, they would have literally no space to make errors. I mean, 3 rounds है उनके हाथ पे. They at least have some space to make errors, right? And let's say they can actually pull it off. But right now, 4v4, Team Respawn putting the spike down. It's a retake scenario, but they all have HPs. But what a flash gets 3 of them, but somehow Prejudice does not survive that encounter. Loses HP to 3 of them, but Sage is quite low. ECT back in edge. There's ECT nicely positioned right below Haven, but they know he's there, so they flash him repeatedly. So there's Sova, there's Killjoy, and there's Jet to take care of the Refuse.
Last player standing.
Well, the shots are getting fired, and ECT coming up with insane 3 kill, gets a bag, a headshot kill, and then takes on the last guy onto the Heaven, and that's gonna be the 10th round. That was some good pistol round. The first round obviously going into their favor, which is gonna not only bring in the double-digit scorecards, but also it's gonna be an 11th round which could come in. But it seems as if Team Basix Valorant do not want this. They want to go on for that force buy, and they are gambling with this economy, I'd rather say, because if they lose this round, it's definitely gonna be the match point when they will get a full buy after them.
Yeah. Once again, CB Gamer running that. Is that the operator or am I wrong? Is that the Marshal? I think that's the Marshal because Abito, yep, exactly. My bad. How dumb am I, right? Lekin, that's ECT once again opening it up next. I do not understand what just happened there because B-side control lost so quickly. Yeah, this is not a good sign for this battle. Because Respawn is effectively taking B-side control. Spike B they've put down. It's a 4-4 scenario, so they have all the utilities down. CB Gamer just putting the Sage down, so all of the healing lost. They have the Sky, but not enough. Edge gets ECT 3-3 scenario. Edge with a double takes away CB Gamer as well. What is going to happen here?
Whoa!
Ice gets L Major 2v2. क्या होने वाला है? The Spike has to be taken control of, and Fly just not equipped with the right gun to take that gunfight, gets punished. And that's it. Respawn just inching. They're literally winning, bro. 11-3. क्या लगता है? Do you see Basix making a comeback, or this is it?
Obviously, they could make a comeback if they are going on for that Judge, because Judge and heavy armor is just insane. Let me just tell you. It's just so, if all the 4 or 3 players at least will be having that Judge, it's gonna be so next to impossible to get executed towards this side. And with that, we were expecting, a match point coming in, but let's see that will the match point come in once these guys are already up with that Judge or no. Ulti Orb is being grabbed from Prajaj. He is just 2 Ulti Orbs away from getting up to that, run it back ultimate. Yep. But look at this smoke criminal right now who is holding inside the smoke. The drone is going to deny that, and that's something which really helps. But it's something really, an initiator has an advantage towards CB Gamer coming with an insane kill. यहाँ पे जरूर एक थोड़े सारे execution लेना चाहेंगे. They do know that Judge criminals are already up right now. एक area से जरूर एक play को down करेंगे. Again coming up with the 2 kills right now, and it's gonna be Ice, bringing some kills down the line as well. Are we looking at a match point or no? Because 4v2 का scenario already हो चुका है. Hammer coming up with a good kill, and 1v3 के scenario में we can see the lockdown is already online for the side of Team Respawn.
Yup, and there's the recon dart, so that recon dart just tagged her, and she's going up against Aries, but manages to take it away. But HP nahi hai to just take on 2 members from Respawn, and that's it. Match point for Team Basix Valorant. This is it. Flawless. They have to win every single round from here on. Nahito, they are just going home. And I think Jet, they 3-pay. I think CB Gamer did a fantastic job, taking out that Jet early on. That was just beautiful. I love to see that.
Well, with that, we do know we are looking at a match point right now, and again it seems as if these players are gonna go full in with those creds. 4 players are stacked up at the start of B right now. It's really gonna be difficult. Will team attackers be able to get executed? Judge already coming up with a kill, and not only with a kill but back to back trading coming in from the side of team defenders as well. Already 2v2 plus scenario ban chuka. It's gonna be Jet Soa versus both the Sentinel, which is gonna be Killjoy as well as Sage. So I really think that it could be retaken. And what do you think?
I think they could, but then again, the other team Respawn is prepared for that. So let's see if they can actually make it. CB Gamer has the Judge. not something you want to go up against in extremely close quarters. Plus, Sage ke paas, she clearly has the better gun. They have the better gun, but
One
that
enemy
that
remaining.
tags and that's it. Not checking her back, gets punished by CB Gamer, and now it's just fly and gun waiting, and that gets punished for it. He
Attackers
didn't have a
win.
chance anyway. Nice try from Team Basic Valorant, but that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We are going forward with Team Respawn winning this game, and they're moving forward, man. That's it. That's all I have to say. And this
Well,
game was
that
pretty one-sided than the previous one, right?
actually, because somewhere down the line, in the initial stages of the first half, we did saw that Team Basic Valorant were giving some good side execution. They were going on a post plan scenario, and till that first half, it was quite equal because attackers were giving their best. It wasn't that it all the round being won from the side of Team Respawn was just a flawless round. It did went to those close fights round where it was into a clutch scenario. We were seeing that the round was on 1v1 and both the side had an equal advantage, but somewhere down the line it was Team Respawn who always got those clutches into their favor. And look at the average combat score of Prejudge right now. He's up with 434 combat score, and being a Phoenix, that is what how you would want to play with a Phoenix, play with a duelist.
Yeah, like I said, man, one of the best, I think, agents designed to be aggressive, and I think Prejudice took the maximum value out of that Phoenix that you could possibly take, and he is clearly the MVP of this game. I mean, kudos to both teams. I mean, we've seen these two teams perform before, both Basics Valorant and Respawn. And Basics Valorant is also a pretty good team. But then again, this is all of the good teams competing against each other, and you make errors, you get punished for it. That's the harsh reality behind it. I mean, these are knockout games, no room for error. You have to be perfect. But
Actually.
congratulations to Team Respawn for moving forward, and I think we'll see Basics Valorant say someday again in another tournament, perhaps, or maybe in the following one that we have lined up right after, right?
Yeah. But with that, this is the time when I'm going to say that the grand match for today is going to be the match number 3. Like we say, grand finale, it's going to be a grand match because that match is going to be between Team Insignia versus
This
Team
is
FuFoo eSports. Now that's gonna be insane because both
Oof.
the team, we
Yeah.
know them for their domination, we know them for their experience, and we know them for their players who just are so insane with their agent picks, with their players coordination. So I will be just taking a quick short break, and just let's hope that which map is it gonna be, because I would love seeing them at the map of Haven. But like,
Yeah.
last words to you before this grand match for today.
I'm hoping to see Icebox because पता नहीं अंदर से it's there's a voice that says कि मुझे धीरे धीरे Icebox अच्छा लगने लगा. But then again, I'm gonna hold on to that. I hope it's not a sin. I'm praying it's not a sin. But then again, we'll find out soon enough, guys. But before going on the break, guys, subscribe if you haven't. Best way to support the channel and the teams that show up here. And stay with us. We'll be right back.
a life worth living. 'Cause I don't have the will in me to stand. Is this place a sight worth seeing? 'Cause I don't have the strength in me to land. And the sun sets on the horizon. Who knows how far we'll have to go? And the rain, it burns like fire. We're so close yet so far from home.
All right, guys, we are back. Final game. It's between. Okay, I don't have it.
Team Insignia versus FuFoo eSports.
Yep, I just forgot. My bad, right? Terrible caster I am. But that's it, guys. We have both teams in the house, Insignia and FuFoo. It's gonna be the grand finale. Like you said, it's gonna be awesome, and we have both teams ready. It's the map is Haven. What do you think is gonna happen, dude? कौन जीतने वाला है? And this is finite. I have a finite answer. I'm gonna put my money on, but you're gonna have to put money on a team. Which one is it?
Well, that is really gonna be like difficult for me because I've seen
But you have to
both
say.
these teams just picking some insane picks. They are just quite insane with their gameplay, their momentum, and obviously their experience and all. Considering, in fact, they are quite equally skill grouped. I'd rather say if one player is good in something, the other team is better in that thing. So let's see. For the time, we can see a good it's just an insta lock coming in from the side of team. Attackers. We can already see that Strict X is up with a controller, which is gonna be I guess Astra, and Sentinel is gonna be Dragoza, who will be up with a Killjoy right now. Sova is gonna be taken from the side of team. Both the teams would want to go on for a Sova, and Loopy and Red Hay will be going for that duelist pick, and Phoenix. So we have seen in early matches. So I'm really excited to see them.
But then you didn't answer the question.
Choose your
team.
agent.
Well, pardon?
Choose your team. Which one do you think is going to win? Take a side, man. You have
That's really going to be difficult. But okay, let's go for Team Insignia.
All right. Then I am on the attacker side. I'm going to sit with FuFoo on this one. So we are on the opposite sides right now. You and I are on different both sides. We're going to see who is going to win. This is a spicy game. And like I said, there's a lot of duelists in the map right now. You see Reyna, you see Jet. We have Phoenix as well. We have two Jets, actually, technically speaking. And we have two Sobas, if I'm not wrong. Do we have two Sobas? Yes, we do have two Sobas. We have traded the Sentinels, however. We have, I think Dragoza went with the Killjoy, yep. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. Shlok, is that how you pronounce his name? Has gone with the Cypher. Now, what do you think? Which one is the better Sentinel on Haven? Is it Cypher or is it Killjoy?
Well, that is definitely Cypher because in a big huge map of Haven, you was obviously wanna be more than just stuck towards a 50-meter radius, which Killjoy utilities just allows her to be in to make sure that their utilities are active and online. But Cypher, with that, it's not just the case. He just being an attacker, Cypher is more advantageous, and when you're defending, obviously Killjoy is more advantageous. So both the Sentinels are good in both their ways, but for now, a good fight. Okay, that was a quick execution coming inside, this execution towards the B side right now. Already a post-plant scenario we could have seen, but wait, Digit just took the spike and got backside.
Yep, and that backstab from Reyna actually worked out. A lot of people fell apart, but that actually happened. I mean, the damage that she intended to do was already done, and that is actually pretty nice. I mean, Barry Sova is how is he alive, dude? How is he alive? Probably somehow still in that, and Insignia taking the first round for themselves. This is pretty exciting and it's simple. Actually, I think Gorbitz would have taken another kill if he hadn't, been jumping around, fumbling, trying to find somebody. But then again, he didn't have much HP to back him. Right? So it was a trade, and they didn't check their back. That's something that FuFoo did not do. Reyna came in from the back, Phoenix came in from the back, and they did manage to take away kills.
I'm watching here.
So that's something they're gonna have to look out for.
Checking the situation.
Well, yeah, actually, because they had a good advantage. They might have had the side in the control of them, but you do know that once you get executed towards site A, it's a different game. And once you have playing with a post-plant scenario, the bomb is planted, then it's completely a chaos from that A link and B C link side. Completely, players coming in and you do not have those many, enough angles to work with. But Tippy coming up with the first kill onto Dragoza himself. यहाँ पे जरूर, Thrill is obviously up with a Spectre right now. The sound of Gravitational Spectre is amazing. But here comes Tippy with
Covering
two
it.
back-to-back
Covering
kills, and already the numbers advantage going towards Team Defenders. Team Insignia is so far looking quite good, but even after playing with those classic pistols, I think Team FuFoo Esports have done good denying that flawless round.
Yeah, plus they did manage to
One
take away
enemy
Reina,
remaining.
but then again, just simply funneling in through A main, and just it's easy for Simple and TP. They held A side just by themselves. No losses. They lost Thrill, but that's it. That's the only casualty they suffered. Nothing else. And Tippy, I think, got two in that round. One with I think he opened it up with the Killjoy, right?
Yeah.
It was nicely done. I think FuFoo Esports really needs to. I mean, it just go down the way, but it's not much. Lekin, it is something they're gaining, and as it might just end up, once again, FuFoo Esports might just end up falling. And then again, Ride, that how you spell it? Yep, Ride gets bagged by TP with the operator. This early in the game, he already has it and he's using it to full effect.
Actually, and with that, we can already see that the round is begin again, and we are looking at a 5v4 scoreline. A buy round is up for the side of FuFoo Esports, so they definitely do not want to lose up to this round, or else it's really going to be pretty hard for them. The Recon Dart is going to be destroyed as soon as it comes in, but that's going to be Dragoza. Look at that sync of Recon Dart. Blood Dragoza getting into the side. That Recon Dart was just a bait, and that's the time where he gets two back-to-back kills. The spawn is going to be too good, but is it going to deny that sneaky aggression from the side? Okay, it did deny, and we are looking at a 3v4 retake scenario. This looks quite doable right now for the side of Team Attackers.
Yeah, I think Dragoza really balanced it out for his team there, because taking out the jet was absolutely critical. That recon dart and the timing, the precision and the timing was so spot on. But then again, Sloki and Simple just narrowly, he almost did it, man. Simple almost did it. He almost had it, but then again, it just didn't work out for them. But yeah, I think that was a very narrow round for FuFoo, but when he narrowly got through. The retake was almost done by Insignia. Almost done.
Well, actually, that round was like just insane. We did knew that these players were playing on a disadvantage. Like, they were having those SMGs against Rifle. A bonus round indeed, which I'd rather say. But even after that, a first round is in for the side of Team FuFoo Esports. TP is not having enough crits, so he would want to go on for that Stormblaze. It looks as if he's just, going to gather this beam, window control to make sure that he is able to hear the footsteps of those players who are at the A shot and A garden area, and obviously at the C spot. So this is something, a good play coming in from the side of Insignia TP. But look at Team Attackers right now. Loopy is down to 34, 2 HP, a good spam coming in, and this is looking quite good. TP is already gathering on the intel. He does know that where are all the players trying to get executive, and that's the call which he is going to give to his teammate so that they make an early rotation. Team Attackers already into the side.
Yep. I think not reading Team TP's position might be where they failed to detect him there. He's still sitting, and the backstab, if it ends up being successful, FuFoo Esports will be devastated. But then, just as I say that, Simple destroying people left and right on site, and somehow, even after using Hunter's Fury, even after having all their members alive, even after having C main control, they failed to take C control. But then again, I think Insignia has the read wrong, because they all rotated to A for some reason, while C is completely left undefended and is just going to be given away to FuFoo Esports. They're going to put the plan down easy. Everybody on full HP. The timer, yep, there's the recon dart. Doesn't get anybody, but I'm pretty sure, yep, Phoenix. There's the flash, gets Reina at the nick of time. The flash is just...
Wait, what?
That's it, man. He just didn't look the right way. He flashed, he thought Sova was the end of it, but it wasn't. He was right behind him. And he was on the other side. He was on the left. Didn't check that corner, and once again gets punished for that. And Insignia doing pretty solid, man. I mean, Actually, not tilting towards Insignia. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, actually, we do know that Team Insignia is just looking quite good in a attack favorable map. You are just, bringing in some domination from your defense. TP doing a pretty good job there. I really think that, that round was supposed to go towards the side of Team, like attackers. But even after that, they weren't just able to hold on to that post plan scenario. The
Going
collateral kill
Astro
coming
guy.
in from, Shlokzi at the very end to just end that up was just amazing. But for now, the hot has been used. A good kill.
Give
Wait,
me those
was that a kill from a what do we say, a turret?
Yep, I maybe might have been. Maybe it
down.
confirmed it, but Loopy gets double with the kunai blades and on the
remaining.
third. Just wow, that's just
There.
oh my god. I am losing just one kill. Just beautiful. That was just so good to look at. I just fumbled because I was in a loss of words. Maybe that was so smooth to look at.
Well, this guy is actually insane today because with the Stormblades, he just gets executed towards that B side, connects that headshot where he was just able to spot a pixel towards that opponent, and with that, that was an amazing headshot coming into his favor.
Rise
But
and
with
bring
that, we
glory.
can really see that out of 5 rounds, 3 rounds are already being won from the side of Team Insignia. A comeback coming in definitely from the side of Team FuFoo eSports. But let's see that after this round ends, is it going to be a double round
I have the
advantage
spike.
going the favor for Insignia, or is it going to be an equalizer?
We will wait to find that out. Loopy dashing on to C, but there's the Astra gets killed. Not checking her. I mean, she technically did. The jet wasn't even in the corner. My bad. But then again, I think it's a save round for they're saving. Insignia is saving, and they don't really have the. I don't see them winning this round, but that's fine. But then again, Thrill gets retake with Sheriff, and Sheriff kills are always beautiful.
Well, how are these players even able to get those frags from Sheriff? Like, okay, there is a frenzy. It's a 1v2 scenario. You would want to, retrieve some sort of, like Vandals or something. But there comes a double, peak from Dragoza as well as Garbage. And it's going to be the equalizer coming in from the side of FuFoo eSports. This is looking quite good. We do know that, Insignia, we didn't get much expectations from them. Playing on those pistols, it's really difficult. But after that pistol, now it's not only going to be the rifles which are going to cause trouble for them, but also that operator being picked from TP who is going to be
Let's see
playing
now.
at this A alongside.
Yeah. And
That
this
should
time
win.
around, I'm hoping that now we are seeing an equalizer. It's a 3-3 scenario. Scoreboard looking pretty balanced. Simple and Luby both sitting at 8 kills. And it's actually very identical. Like Simple, Tippy, and Luby and Corbett both at 8 and 5 kills respectively. And the other team following right behind it. And there's Dragoza opening it up. You don't really see
You should
Killjoy or Cypher. Actually, I'm not going to go that far ahead. I'm just going to say that you don't usually see Killjoy lanes pushing out and getting entry frags, but she's not built for that. But right now, Dragoza is opening up for his team. He already got doubles. He has side A control. They're putting the spike down and C. There's a backstab coming in for Team Insignia. They do not realize that apparently because look at Killjoy. She's all the way back. She already had 2 and now she's gonna get a 3rd, but that pre-fire gives her position away. But I'm pretty sure Insignia is not bothered by that because they are literally paying no heed to her presence, which is weird.
Well, what I'm expecting here is that cosmic divide coming in for now. We can see those okay, Drogoza is down to 4 HP right now. The spawn gate is gonna buy some time, but I don't think they have enough time left right now. Obviously Vikrant is going on for a difficult, but it's gonna be Strict Sex who is gonna take him down. Why wasn't there a cosmic divide where we could have seen an easy refusal? That was something insane. But with that, Dragoza being that crucial player of that round, he was the difference maker there. With those utilities, he did deny it with like I guess 4 to 6 seconds, which was I guess very enough for them to just secure the round.
Very critical, yes. And I have to say that he managed to take A control single-handedly. Even if they hadn't gone for C, I'm pretty sure they would have managed to take planned in for him. And FuFoo had that round because of Dragoza, because he opened up with 2 kills. He got I think he got one more, right? He got the jet from behind. And I think that was the mistake. I think if they had pressured Killjoy to stay behind them, I'm pretty sure they would have had that round for themselves. But then again, refrags after
Wow.
refrags, a body's falling on both teams. It's a 3v3 early on and a bloodbath at Site C.
Well, for now we are looking at a 3v3 scenario. Obviously, all the players from the side of Team Defenders are having the ultimate online, but here comes the Cypher's ultimate, and that's gonna reveal that it's gonna be an A side execution. Like Ray Soriti, like he was gonna get executed towards the side of it, and it's gonna be attackers. Stormblades are still up for Tippy, but is he gonna be lucky enough to get some side? Look at this domination! Oh my god, he was just so lucky that even if he dies, he just manages to take a guy down, but it's gonna be Shloxy who will take down Sova as well. It's a 1v2 scenario. Sentinel versus Sentinel. Oh my god, he just left, Thrill in a very low HP. He he even killed him, and he even activated the spawn grenade. So you could just see how sort of mechanism is being used from these players, like especially Sentinels, who just not have to play in those gun power, but also with those utilities and abilities.
Yeah, and she used that. I mean, Dracosa doing his job top- at 100% efficiency because he's using his utilities, using his guns to the max. He's at the top of the scoreboard for his team right now, and I would say Astra just going into her cosmic form to deploy a star in the midst when you knew that the retake was coming because the Cypher ultimate gave away your retake apparently because your rotate was actually given away immediately when that ultimate went off, and you should have stayed prepared. That's what happens when you're too focused on using your utilities, and it just cost them the round. And I would have to give it to I think it was Tippy, right? He managed to get that Astra, got refragged, but then again he took it. He balanced it out for them.
That was something amazing, but again and again, we see Loopy rushing into the side, and not only like just dashing into the side, but also he gets that initial pick. But it's gonna be Tippy Trill coming up with insane 3 kill, and that's gonna secure the fourth round. I guess the fifth round for them right now. Back to back 2 round GT. Not only they did an equalizer, but I'll also on a read right now. And with that, we do know that after winning that 50 round, we are just 3 rounds left for the first half to end. And let's see कि 3 round किसकी कौन सी team के favor में जाने वाला है. And with that being said, I would really love to ask you that what's gonna be your score prediction. I know that you are supporting FuFoo eSports, but do you think that is FuFoo eSports going to equalize or take a lead, or is it going to be Team Insignia?
There might be 2 possibilities.
Get out of my way.
It's not going to be an equalizer. I think it's either going to be tilting towards FuFoo
want to
or it's
fight
either going to be tilting towards Insignia. And right now, Insignia is dominating, so it might end up being something around maybe 6 or something like that. Maybe let's see. But look at the push all.
Spike planted.
The cosmic divide is just canceling any sort of resistance from Insignia. That divide, but that divide is now over. They have put the spike down, so it's gonna have to be a 5-5 retake. There's I think they're pulling her through, and they have the Hunter's Fury is gone, so they'll have to push it if they start diffusing.
Wow, what am I seeing? All the players getting aggressive towards that side.
Player standing.
Oh my god!
That is the biggest skill feed I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I don't know
and
just what
in
happened.
Such a short span of time. It was like watching those super chats or big streamers, right? Like they just vanished right in front of your eyes, and that's exactly what just happened.
That execution took, I guess, somewhat 10 seconds. And that diffusal, the moment before the diffusal where they were back to back first blood, not only it was a 5-5 retake, and initially those first blood and all the trade coming in back to back, there wasn't even a collateral kill. That only took 6 seconds. So this was the most insane round I could have ever witnessed. I'm saying that was the biggest kill feed. I couldn't even read that who is killing whom, but with that was some amazing round to see, and that's what we love to see. That after seeing Omen at lot of months, we have been seeing him since a month now. We are finally seeing the matter of Astra now. Really coming up with the first blood towards himself, right? But there comes a good lockdown, and
Oh my
coming
god!
with back-to-back 3 kills. What is
Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh my god! I am at a loss of words right now. Trill has been Trill has been on fire since the last 3 rounds. He got three on mid in B, starting with Astra and Phoenix, and there was another guy for Jet. Yes, and there was he closed the last round as well, and this round he just destroyed everyone on aiming. You
Going
have
astral,
to
guys.
give it to him for this round, man. That is just insane. That has to be on the highlight reel for sure.
That is the way you want to use a agent like Rena, and that too when she is on the angriest mode, the Impress ultimate. But for now, back-to-back two kills coming in, and after that is first time in my life I'm saying Rena back-to-back दो round में उन्होंने अपना ultimate online कर दिया. Last time also she was online on her
Again?
ultimate, and this time also she is again online. And my God, Thrill, what are you like? What am I
Switching
witnessing
sides.
here with these teams?
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to tell the players, especially Phil, that this is just insane. I have never seen Reyna being used so effective. This is just every single back-to-back. We saw 4 rounds, just Reyna destroying the other team opposition. That's exactly what's happening.
Damn, an 8-4 scoreline, and this is why I told you that Team Insignia is Team Insignia, Team FuFoo Esports is Team FuFoo Esports. They are two different things. You kept me in a very difficult scenario where I was not able to choose one of the side. But yeah, obviously the players of Team Insignia are just that X factor, something which really keeps me towards their self tilted a bit. But for now, a first that coming into FuFoo Esports. There comes a shock dart, and he takes down Thrill with a shock dart. That is some way to calm him down and take him down, because it's not easy to just take him down with those guns in power right now. But the pistol round, it's going to be very difficult to say that towards which side is this pistol round going, because obviously we know Team Insignia are at their best once they are at their best inventory, and obviously they have all the ultimates in use.
Yeah, and I'm just still recovering from what happened in the last 4 rounds. It's like my brain is still not functioning. And there's Sting X with the first one, but gets immediately tried by Shloki. And 3v2 scenario for
One enemy remaining.
Insignia.
Spike down
Insignia has done tremendous. At least the last 4 rounds they did exceptional, like flawless, amazing gameplay coming out from them, and that was just beautiful to watch. But right now, first round on attack, they are backed up to a corner, and you can clearly see that immediately after the round swap, FuFoo Esports has taken the first round, 8-5. Gap is slowly can be narrowed down. Might not happen, might happen, we do not know. 8-5 at 3 rounds to go for an equalizer. We might see one, we might not. Chat, tell us what do you think.
Well, definitely, we would really want the chart, and I won't be amazed to see that chart is also going to be amazed from Thrill and obviously Insignia. Do show your support to these teams, hashtag Team INS to support, to give some support to Team Insignia, and obviously Team FUF for Team 2 for esports. But for now, we are seeing the 13th round, or I guess 14th round for today starting. We are seeing all the players are stacked up at this beam inside. There comes the recon dart, and it seems as if they have just George Tippy right now. But there comes, the location being revealed from Control. If they get executed towards the side, it's just going to be a collateral fail coming in back-to-back towards the side of Team, defenders. And that's going to be a flawless round. Like, wow, what a total mess here.
Yeah, and the way I'm gonna have to say, like, I think that was hidden. Teams taking advantage of maps being defender sided. Like, everybody died on that beach choke garage door. What happened? People were just pushing, and that Phoenix, you do not want to push a Phoenix, man. He has all the abilities to stack up against you. He has the molly to deny it. He can even use it to get his health back. And the flashes, dude, you don't want to go up against that. And yet they still decided to push in. The Sova literally just, I think it was, Gorbitz, right? Gorbitz literally used the shock dart right in front of their faces. And he still survived, which is astounding to me.
Well, for now, back-to-back trades coming in. That was a good, use of those specters, like Thrill coming up with an amazing kill. Okay, he is
oh
up.
My God.
Oh.
Now,
Well.
Yeah, this is just how the turntables, man. It's literally 5-1. Dragoza gets tagged by the camp, does not have good guns, does not have any utility on his
Spike
side
planted.
to do a successful retake by himself. He's getting pushed from behind, realizes that,
No more
takes a
Sofa.
double kill, gets
Whoa.
Tippy and Vikrant. That was actually very clever. Watching his back, I won't mind if he doesn't actually perform the retake. I don't care. I don't really see him performing that retake, but at least if he can survive and save his gun. But then again, gets taken down by Trill once again, and Team Insignia moving, inching closer to victory every passing round.
Well, we can see him, just going insane, and with that, we will be really, looking forward to see that what is in for team, for esports right
Placing
now.
alarm bot.
Though round back to back to
Up
निकाल
I
चुके थे
go.
after that pistol and SMG round. But as I
Lights
told,
there.
once it comes to those buy round, it's really gonna be quite difficult because Team Insignia perform at their best, and we can already see Krill is just one ulti orb away to get that Impress ultimate online.
Yes, and I think FuFoo eSports is not that far behind, but something is technically definitely not working on their end, and I think they really need to work on it because they don't really have much time. They have run out of a lot of rounds, losing members by the minute. Apparently not losing members, taking away members from Insignia actually. Because Jet, look at Jet, dude, 10 HP left, and they already took away Rada, and I think it was the Astra, right? Yep. So it's gonna be difficult for Team Insignia now to put down the plan that they don't have two of their members on their team, and the entirety of Team FuFoo Esports is technically alive right now from a swift retake if they have to.
Well, but the shock darts lineup were quite good. It did landed, quite well. But again, again a shock dart coming in, which is going to, deny some sort of star execution. But Strix X is down to 59 HP right now. Team Insignia not having that many, advantage in terms of numbers count. But
30
why
seconds
does it
left.
even matter? Because it's going to be Tippy and Shloksi who are not only going to just even it up, but also grab that whole A side control towards themselves. We are looking at a 2v3 retake scenario where Cypher and Jet are quite low to, are quite low in HP, but Dagoza is having that lockdown available and he is going to initiate it right now. This is really going to be difficult for team attackers to play, just defend this retake.
Yep, it's gonna be difficult forcing them all the way back. Yep, Sova's there in the corner trying to deny the plan, but Cypher is pushed behind, and Dragoza, expecting Vikrant to take the peak, manages to take away Dragoza, took away Sova, and then read it. Perfect timing, gets the defuse and then bags Slowkey. Perfectly done, and slowly, steadily FuFoo Esports narrowing the gap that they have been unable to do so far, but it's just 2 rounds now from 3 to 2. That's impressive.
Let's see now.
That is some number we see right there, but let's see that how are these players gonna give a setback. We were talking about that these players were looking quite good after the buy round. Initially after losing 2 rounds, it was Team FuFoo Esports first, then Insignia, then again FuFoo Esports. So let's keep on keeping our expectations from them there. It's a very early stage, but for now, Closing coming up with the and it's gonna be TP as well. What are these guys even doing playing against rifles? This is not the way you are supposed to win that round for now, but it's gonna be TP finally whiffing, and there comes a good cover from Loki. Already 2v2 का scenario बन चुका, and Vikrant is down with the sheriff as well. Next coming up with an amazing 4 kill indeed, and that's gonna be like insane. String X is just insane, and he is looking for nothing less than an equalizer.
I'm gonna just have to say this, that the members, I think it was Dragoza and I don't know who the other guy was, but they literally goofed it on B side because I think it was Insignia was saving, right? They didn't have full guns or full shields to take the fight, but they technically lost Loopy, got somebody. I think it was Loopy died. Tippy took him out with a kunai dart or something. But whatever, they lost, and I think Sting X bought that round back by taking full control from B to garage all the way.
Well, but for now, it's already a 9-8 scoreline, and we are looking at again a B-side execution. Tippy is already inside the side right now, but okay, there comes the first kill going towards Sova. He is going to get, well, Trill, how does Trill even does this? Is already up with a 3 kill with a spray transfer, gets back-to-back 2 kills. But right now he is going to be taken down by String X. We are looking at a 2v2 scenario. Both the Astra having their
enemy
cosmic
remaining.
ultimate online, but in the end it's gonna be like that. Hey, doing the job. Okay, that Molly is really gonna be difficult. There comes a cosmic divide, and without any fear, she is just gonna go on for the diffuser.
That's it. That is just beautifully done by Relay, denying that Sova every chance he had, using both his flashes. He backed him to a corner. He didn't have a choice, and with that, FuFoo eSports bringing it back, equalizer on your screen. Let me go back to you right now. 9-9. This is very, very good. And Trill once again trying to clutch that run by himself. Almost had it, but Sting X got him with that headshot. And if he hadn't, I'm pretty sure it was over for him. That round would have been taken away by himself. But then again, that's the thing, right? Every member on both these teams is good at what they do, and any error that you make is getting immediately punished by the other.
Well, with that, we are really seeing Vikrant having some difficult job right now. He's down to only 2 kills and definitely would want something more than that. But with that, Corbis coming up with insane back-to-back 2 kills, and that is insane. Wait, how did they even took down that drone without even spotting it?
Yeah, that's just that's just, I would say, incredible game sense or whatever you call it. But he just did his job. I was actually skeptical by the fact that he popped his Hunter's Fury so early in the game. I was like, this is definitely going to be a waste, but apparently it wasn't. He got not one, he got 2. And there's the flash, but he goofs it. Trill and simple. Punish Rede. I think Rede has to take responsibility for that shot that he just whiffed, because he put the flash. Reina was completely flashed. She just took him out by a luck, and he got punished for it. And now they have the Cosmic Divide on. It's a 3-3 retake. They have to do it. It will be difficult. Is anybody popping in through the wall? It's just gonna be super difficult. Yep, but Jet dashes in, gets it. What?
This is the reason why, you would want to have a Jet into your favor. Jet just baiting it out, because he would definitely, spot on to any other, player just holding on to that angle. And with that, they definitely, he was used as a bait. And all the side of Team Insignia were just, denied from that, post-plant scenario. Good diffusal coming in, like back-to-back. We are seeing 3 diffusals and an elimination in the last 4 rounds. But with that, let me remind you that we are down to the final 5 rounds of this second half. Either it's an overtime, which I am definitely predicting it, or it's going to be FuFoo eSports, which now they are winning, because they are already looking quite good in defending.
Yeah, and okay, weird. This is super weird. I don't know if you're noticing this, but one of my moderators just told me to check chat, and I am. Okay, and there has been, I'm just gonna round up the number. There's approximately, has to be around 50 messages that says that the attacker Sova is apparently OP. So there's like people spamming that. So I'm just gonna say it. Apparently, like, I think everybody wants us casters to admit that the attacker Sova is, that he's OP. That's it. So we're just gonna say that yes, the attacker Sova, and that would be Gorbits. No, not Gorbits actually. Vikrant. OP. He is OP.
Well, but for now, talking about, okay, him himself, 4v4 scenario, they're already Ochika. Dragoza, what is he even doing? He's just jumping, landing towards those window and taking down a guy. We are looking at a 3v3 scenario. Slopes is already up with those frenzy kill, but he's down to 1 HP right now. Post-plant scenario, and Dragoza want to get executive. There comes another kill, 1 HP. How could you even kill? And that to a player with the Phantom, that's completely insane. But none of these players are having the ultimate online rather than Sova. Sova, look at him, where is he even there at the spawn area, just waiting that you guys find, and then I'm already up for that, Hunter's Fury. But that's really gonna deny it only from 7 seconds.
Yeah, but then again, it's too soon. He popped his ultimate too soon. He shouldn't have, and he gets punished for that. Gorbits knew, he expected it. He knew that. So that's what happened, man. That's clearly. I'm pretty sure it was Vikrant panicking and he whipped out that Hunter Fury. I mean, that would have been the ultimate way to close off that round with 2 Hunter Fury kills, but he goofed it, and Gorbitz punished him for it. That was just exceptional, exceptional game sense, man, by Gorbitz. He took 2 kills, I guess. I think he took down the Cypher, and it was a wallbang. And it was just great to look at. But then again, right now, FuFoo eSports is just 2 rounds away from winning, and Insignia, since they have been dominating the first half of the game, I would expect them to pick this up right now, because if they 9 rounds, if you end up losing, dude, it's just heartbreaking.
Loopy, how could he even connect that shot? He wasn't even, into his like expected. There he was behind the cover, and that's when one of the players is already down from the side of Team Insignia. Astra utilities are just out of world. You expect it to be a cosmic smoke, but it happens to be a gravity pull, which is something you would not want to get trapped on. But for now, team defenders are having the lockdown as well as running back on, and there comes the running back, but it's gonna be denied. Trill is gonna deny. Now, not only that, he is gonna also take that, overheal himself. TP is up with the kill right now, but there comes a good, like execution from Trill. Has also been taken down. Okay, Trill, no, it was Trippy who was been taken down. 2v2 ka scenario already ho chuka hai, and from the side of team defenders, it's lockdown and the Hunter's Fury. How are they able to just gather it towards their favor right now? एक kill निकाल चुके, 1v1 का scenario बन चुका है. Vikrant is down and he is holding off at this corner area. I don't suppose to think that he is going to be spotted off, but he is just going to stick it right now. I don't think he is anyways losing it, but here comes the fake whistle, and Vikrant finally doing the job. He was not just able to be up for that score, but he just wanted to make sure that initially जो 1v1 की fights है उसमें he does something more than 2 kill, and look at the way he gets its 3rd kill. It's the clutch and the most important clutch जहाँ पे उन्होंने ना सिर्फ अपना एक match point deny किया, but also got the 10th, the double digit round for them, and this is the time where I expect them to bring some sort of setback, because now the opponent team are low on their economy.
Yep. I agree, but then again, so much hype for Sova on the chat, which is just making me laugh. But thank you guys for watching. It's been awesome. Match is about to end. Predictions in the chat, man. Go on, stop spamming. So just tell us match predictions.
What?
Before this game ends. It's so close. Come on, guys, tell us what's going to go on. But we really appreciate all of you guys chiming in to watch the stream. We love it. We love to work with the community. We love to work with these teams. What a show! 3-2, Dragoza getting Trill with the Sheriff, and Tippy punishing Dragoza for that. And 2-2 scenario, that's a retake, but Gorbitz clearly the better one. Performs a sweet retake.
Dragoza, that MVP, grab, a thrifty round. Like, he did gathered a 2 Sheriff headshot kill even in a retake, and that was insane. Then those use of Phoenix ultimate, the use of Phoenix utilities, which was the flashes which helped him take down Tippy himself, and wow, that was a beautiful round. Like, in this map of Haven, even if you're playing with a revolver, it seems so doable. It seems as if I did told that equalizer, I don't think if it would be possible or no, but for now the match point is already against themselves, and all the hopes are only the ultimates left for team attackers right now.
Yeah. And attackers have one chance of bringing this back for themselves, to have come this far into the game. 10 rounds in, you do not want to lose. You want to be super aggressive. Look at that. Trill popping off the Empress. You have to make full use of that. The Owl Drone is going in. Kunai Darts ready with the Jet. But let's see if they can successfully take A control. This is going to be absolute chaos. I can already tell. Everybody ready with their guns, because FuFoo eSports just want to close this off from their point of view. Don't want to drag this out any further. So many rounds in. So why go to an overtime when you can just close this game right here, right now, right? And Team Insignia do not want to lose. But then Gorbitz punishing Trill for overextending. Vikrant gets Gorbitz, though, gets punished for it.
Damn.
INS still in the game.
Well, there comes Hunter's Fury. Vikrant is just, oh my god, 1v1 का scenario हो चुका है. Is it gonna be team winning, or is it gonna be Team Insignia with the 11-13 score? And he's up with the classic pistol, and there comes a jump shot with that classic 4-second pistol, and what a way to get that 11th round. Oh my god, that was some close. And Slogzy he is just more than a sentinel for Team
Yeah.
Insignia.
Yeah, he just bought them a lifeline in that round. वो round throw हो गया था उनका. Almost Phoenix had it. He even popped the flash. Just the movement was so correct from Cypher. He was so right to move back and buy himself that few extra nanoseconds so that the flash would run out and that he would get it.
Pulling them,
That
knocking them.
that right click just worked. Just worked.
Well, Team Insignia, this is the time they have to upon. This is the time that, they have to prove it that, why they are Team Insignia, why they are one of, the most known plays when it comes to such type of gameplays. And obviously, I had picked them as, predictable team to win for today. They are just one round away, and so is Team FuFoo Esports as well. One round away from getting that point into their favor. Seaside is something which they got it openly. None of the Cosmic Award is also online, but Cage trigger hoga. यहाँ पे already players are gonna come online, and there comes the Deacon that first kill already निकाल चुके Red Eye, and Phoenix is looking quite damaging. He comes up with the run it back ultimate as well, but here the spike carrier is only been taken down. 2v5 का scenario हो चुका है. पहले player को down कर दिया. Simple is left alone, and GG well played for the side of Team FuFoo Esports.
Yeah. It's been done. FuFoo has made the ultimate comeback. Bro, and what a way to close the round, man. A flawless round to close the game. From losing the whole game to winning it, it has been spectacular. I think this was the fastest and most entertaining game I've had in a while. It's just amazing. I had so much fun. Just ridiculous. I think we saw two aces happen there, especially with Trill, dude. 389 combat score, 31 kills, highest in the lobby right now. Gorbit's following, Gorbit's and Ricos are right behind him with 23, and dude, Trill has taken this round. I mean, the plays he made was so smooth and so entertaining. I was literally at a loss of words. And that second last round we had when Cypher bought in that one round for them, they couldn't keep it up for the last round, but that round was easily Cypher, Slokzy just buying it. Just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Great game from both these teams. Kudos to team, you know, uh, kudos to both these teams. And it was a great show, man.
Well, that is a single reason I told that, our last map for today is going to be a grand match because, it was both these teams. Team Insignia were looking quite good, but in the end, it was, Team FuFoo Esports, not only doing a comeback, but also securing themselves in the round of 16. And let me say you this, that this is just the start. We are just, halfway to our tournament, and Abhi, the half tournament which is left to us is all with such type of lobbies where it's going to be the best versus the best, and let's see who is going to come up and be the champions for Act 3. We will be updating you that which teams are competing against each other. So to know that, do follow us on our Insta handles, on our social handles, and do hop into our Discord server if you want to be one of these teams getting participated towards our tournament, as the Act 4 registrations have already begun. And with that, thank you all the guys for tuning in. This was the last match, and this is how the day 3 for our qualifiers is going to end.
Yeah. And thank you so much for joining us, guys, tonight. It was fun casting. Um, it was fun to watch these teams participate. And with that, we'll be closing this live around, and join us same time tomorrow for the next set of games that we have. And with that, that's me, Virgin, signing off. And good night.
What the trouble with love is the trouble with love.